Yeah, I'm Cashy the King. I got my chef to the left, Brendan B. Like the wall over there, getting all this information together for the wall report later on. The most exciting moments of the show.
Mm-hmm.
This is the Sports Goombahs. We are live on the 515 studios here in Bucks County, PA. Give us a call, 267-563-2893. That's 267-563-2893. This is the Sports Goombah hotline. We're going to be doing some ranting and beefing. We got Tom Brady Gate. We got Ricky Flawless Fowler, whatever his name is. Fowler, yeah, whatever. I call him, you know what I call him? The Caddy Shack. After that round yesterday. We got LeBron, tell it as it is. James, he's now running the team over there. You know, I watched the Pacquiao Mayweather fight again the other night.
Why? Okay. I was my next one. Why?
Well, let me get to it. I couldn't believe what I was seeing the first time. Now I believe what I saw the second time. What a joke. The whole thing was a joke. You know, I spoke about how they were touching gloves all the time and kissing each other in the huddles. You know, it was even worse when you watch it the second time. I couldn't believe it. That whole fight, watching it a second time, it's almost like it was staged. The whole thing was choreographed. It was the whole thing. I mean, between the start of it and everything else that went on, that was unbelievable. What are you gonna do? Sports Goombah show is brought to you by Auto Magic Car Care. You know our guys over there. Check them out at automagiccarcare.com. Mikey Litton, Matty Primo. Shine up your car better than anyone you know. That's for sure. Also, brought to you by, we get a new sponsor now, Castle Public Adjusters. That's right. We have a new public adjuster representing our show. Give Castle a call. We have fire and water, smoke damage, frozen pipes. We ain't gonna know frozen pipes now, but you're going to get floods from all these storms we're going to have during the summertime. Any vandalism, any kind of damage to your home, give Castle a call. 215-752-1237 or check them out at castlepa.com. Well, B, before we came on the show here, there was a big story came out. All the news channels, the breaking news.
The breaking news.
Breaking news. Tom Brady. Breaking news. Tom Brady's going to get 4-game suspension for sticking a pin in a football. Conspired to stick a pin in a football.
We know one thing is for sure, we know he had problems with his balls.
Yeah. When your balls are light, it's a penalty. You got to have inflated balls.
Gotta have every
Can you fucking believe that they made a big story about this shit today? I mean, top story on all the channels. Not even sports story. Top story.
We're making light of it, but if it's like
making light of it, it's
we're making light of it. But if it's any other team and it's not Brady, because let's face it, he's going to win, or a lot of people saying, "Oh, this is because he wins." Listen, why he wins all the time.
This is not why he wins. He wins because he's better than the rest of the players on the field. That's why he wins. Okay, this is called cheating. There's been other cheatings in sports. The Atlanta Falcons had it with pumping in noise. Teams hold all the time to get the flag. That's cheating when you hold. The bottom line here is stupidity, and the NFL loves it. I don't care what they say. They think this is bad. They love this. They're top story every freaking week here. It doesn't matter what it is, as long as the NFL is top story.
$1 million. They've penalized them.
Who? Tom Brady? $1 million?
No. The team. The team got penalized $1 million. They lost the first round and the fourth round.
Kraft wipes his ass with $1 million. Okay, that's what he does. His toilet paper is $1 million.
I was just about to say. Do you really think? I mean, like. I put this in perspective. If you look at well, I'll tell you why. Because why it's not a big deal to me.
Well, it doesn't matter.
Look at how much Penn State got fined for their and just like dollar wise, that fine for Penn State was meant for Penn State to feel, and it was how much? It was like 50 times more than that. You know what I mean?
To a guy pumping up a football, deflating a football. You kidding
exactly.
me?
$1 million. Impress me. Tell me that they're going to pay $40 million or $30 million, and then I'll think about it. I go, okay, man.
This is not worth $5 or 5 cents. Move on. If you got a problem with the balls the way they are, check them every game. Check them every down. Squeeze the shit out of them. Who gives a crap?
Fondle them.
Aaron Rodgers said he did it. No one's busting his balls on it because he came out and said he used to do it. All the quarterbacks do it. The entire league does it. Players been doing that. Players been scuffing balls in baseball, in the NBA, hockey. They curve their sticks and they all get caught and they get penalized. This guy gets caught. Then because he's got 6 Super Bowl appearances, they want to throw him out of the league. But you know what? He's too valuable to suspend. What games are they going to suspend?
First 4.
The first 4, right?
Now there's talk that he can appeal it, and they could
very
well cut that in half for 2.
Yeah, he'll cut that in half for 2, and the 2 games against the Buffalo Bills, the games will sit out, right?
No, it'll be the first 2 of the season.
Whatever.
You don't pick and choose which ones.
Yeah, I don't want to play against the weaker teams.
What's funny? You do it. You appeal it at a certain time, like in baseball. You know how they appeal their penalties in baseball, or their fines or suspensions,
and they could still play.
And then they come back and they say, "Okay, we come up against a rotten team where they don't need me. I'll sit out these 4 games or these 3 games or whatever."
Yeah, it's not in football. It's not like that.
All right, so I mean, I'll let you guys go into a little rant before I chime in.
Oh, well, thank you very much. I appreciate that.
First of all, I don't know what you're talking about when you say why is this the headline news? Why? Because the Golden Boy just got suspended for a quarter of a season. That's huge news. That would be huge news.
It's huge news.
If LeBron just got suspended for 22 games or 21 games, it would be.
It's huge
It'd be
news.
huge. It'd be the biggest news, of course, it would be.
In sports, it is.
Yes.
Well, I'm not talking about sports here. I'm talking about this is top story on the news.
Well, it's not top story in the news.
Well, no, it was. It was. No. Action News and Channel 10. The big story, the breaking news, NBC, is Tom Brady gets 4 games.
I don't know if it is, and that just shows how big the NFL is. What that is.
That's my point.
That is bigger than some random person's house being on fire in Northeast Philadelphia.
It's what?
This is bigger news than that. Of course it is.
But you know what? The people I was sitting with at dinner, they didn't know who the hell. They didn't care who Tom Brady was.
If they don't know who Tom Brady is, then they're either too old, too young, or they're live under a rock. Who Tom Brady is.
You know who he is, but the story itself wasn't a matter to them.
Who cares? If Wall Street has issues on stock, I don't care what that leads in. I don't care about that.
Yeah, but I understand ESPN doesn't run it as their top story if Wall Street has a down day.
Well, this is news. Sports Center, ESPN covers sports news. News covers all news. It encompasses sports news.
No, well, I understand.
I could see if Tom Brady pulled out a 45 and blew a hole in the ball and used a gun. That's news. He's not supposed to be using a gun.
It doesn't matter what he did. It's the reaction.
Like, it's stupidity.
It's the fact that he just got suspended for a quarter of the season. The starting quarterback, the Golden Boy, the defending champions, is now going to miss the quarter of the season. That is big news. It doesn't matter what he did to lead to that.
I don't think, as a sports guy here, to me, it's a story. I don't think it's your lead in a news station. It
absolutely is. It's huge. It's absolutely huge. If Michael Jordan got suspended for a quarter of the year in his prime, like Tom Brady just did, coming off a championship, that would be big news. That would be the huge news.
He's right.
No, it depends on what you're talking about.
This isn't Drew Brees. This isn't Drew Brees getting suspended. This isn't a good quarterback. It's the franchise. It's the face of the league.
I was just going to say.
It's 2 clowns in a bathroom with a pin.
I don't care what the story is. It's the reaction. The suspension is the news.
The reaction is only in the sports world.
No, it's not. It's obviously not.
It is because they have nothing else to put up there.
Well, then there you go. There's nothing else to put up there.
But you don't understand what I'm saying. They make this a big story. They put this where it's supposed to be, on the top story of news, because this is what the NFL wants them to do. This is how it's put out there. I look at, I watch. I should watch Channel 10. John Clark out there on Channel 10. It looked like this is the greatest moment of his life. The joy in him and the smile and the hand. And it's like, this is unbelievable news. What has happened here? The Tom Brady suspended for 4 games because he deflated a football, or he conspired to deflate a football.
Look.
Just think about it. If you're not from the United States, and I've talked about this before, if you're from some other country, and you came here for vacation or whatever, and you turn the news on, and the top story you see is about their NFL quarterback, which makes no difference in the world. The top story on your news channel. And I don't even know what happened on national news. I didn't even listen to that. I'm just talking about the 4th or 5th largest market in this country runs the New England Patriots quarterback getting 4 games suspension. He's not arrested for anything.
Awful analogy. Awful. Because and Messi missed a quarter of the year.
Exactly.
Are you kidding? They'd probably stop you, get out of work for that.
You're talking
Cristiano Ronaldo. Exactly. You're talking about if a foreigner came here, if you went there, you would probably literally get out of work.
You're missing the whole point. It's not what he did. It's
Chris, what's his name again?
Cristiano Ronaldo, different Chris.
Oh, you and your Chris's, man. You guys loaded with Chris's.
You're not comprehending the fact that this could be a big story, and that's your downfall right there. That's where your mind stops in the conversation, because it doesn't matter what he did. You're talking, and like you said, you're talking the number one person in his field. Take the fact that it's football and a sports thing out of the equation. If the number one lawyer in the country got whacked, like the attorney general
for cheating,
something or whatever, for cheating or setting up a client or whatever to take the fall, it would be a story because it's the same thing. It's just because it's the number one person in his field cheated, got caught, and he's paying a price. That's it.
It doesn't matter what happened. What really happened.
Doesn't matter what it is.
This is the reaction.
This is like it's the same thing as doing steroids in baseball. You got caught. You did it. You broke the rules. It's breaking the rules.
Steroids.
It doesn't matter what you're missing the point. It's
no,
not
I'm not
the
missing
action.
the point.
It's
I'm missing
not the action.
point. No, you're missing the point that in this NFL, this is a stupid. This should be if they want to find the guy, fine. You find the guy just like you do with any other thing you do in football. Just like Atlanta Falcons got fined money because they pumped. What's the difference between Brady filling up a football and the Atlanta Falcons pumping in noise to distract the other team?
I'll take it first.
Yeah,
first of all, you're way off base yet again.
No, because you're giving guys. Just because it's Tom Brady doesn't mean he gets.
First of all, I mean, if you want to get to it, of course we'll get to it. We're not talking about what he did. We're talking about the response to it, which is a suspension for a quarter of the season.
Right. So
It's big.
Being that Roger Goodell is giving him a 4-game suspension to show and $1 million to show that Goodell's still the Don in the NFL. And if you do something like this in the NFL, this is what's going to happen.
Well, here and to tack it on, because of other stuff that probably we don't know about, they were investigated not once, not twice, but 4 on separate occasions. They got Spygate. This is because the level of the degree of the
winning
of the degree of the punishment, the level of it, the intensity of it is because of what happened before. Because they know they know they were involved in Spygate, and they were also investigated like 3 or 4 other times for something. So there you go.
So, okay, so let's go.
It's not just they
let's go
set
back
aside.
If you want to move on,
he just wanted to piss in a puddle and say, "I'm going to flex my muscles and say you're suspended." No, there were events that led up to this decision.
If you want to move on from the coverage of it, which was what your issue was that we're talking about, to the actual actual issue itself, we can get into that.
No, mine is nothing to do with the issue. Mine's with the coverage. With the that's the whole.
You're going
thing.
back and forth because 5 minutes ago you just said, well, it should have been this, and they only got that. So it's not. But you're talking about the issue. We're talking about the issue of the coverage. What do you want?
The issue, the issue and the coverage blend in here because that's the whole idea. The stupidity of the act, as far as I'm concerned, with deflating a ball, whatever.
You don't think that has so? Let them use cork bats in baseball.
I'm sure they do. They didn't get
okay, but if they get caught, they get suspended.
Do they? How much do they get suspended for?
I don't know. It hasn't happened in years, so we don't know.
Let's talk to somebody who really knows. Sports Goombahs, welcome to the show. You want to chime in on this chaos or what?
Yeah, I need to talk to Brady.
Go ahead.
How you guys doing? I just don't like what happened today at all. I can't take this. I'm a big Contact fan. I don't know what we're going to do. We're losing a draft pick. We're getting fined $1 million. And on my boy, Brady, a man dime, he's going to miss 4 games. Opening season against the Pittsburgh Steelers, no Brady. If the NFL nuts, I don't get it. I can't take it. I need my boy Brady back. I need his man up. I need to see him on the field all night, baby.
No, and I agree 100%. I think the suspension was completely off base. There was no 4 games for this, really.
That's what I'm getting at a little bit here. What I'm trying to get to here is with the coverage on TV and the suspension of 4 games with the money. What I'm saying to you, Mike, it's not the fact that it's what they made out of this. This should have been a slap fine. Okay.
Yeah, I agree.
A draft pick here,
maximum.
Right. Either a draft pick, maybe a 2nd or 3rd round, whatever you want to do to the Patriots for allowing this to go down. It's the Patriots who hired these guys to do this. Whether Brady had control of them or not, or conspired with them to do this, doesn't really matter. The Patriots had control of their employees.
Okay. The level of you're saying that's excessive, but like I said before, they did Spygate 3 or 4 separate occasions. They were investigated, and the fact that
Brady paid a fine.
Brady wouldn't cooperate.
They lost a pick from that already.
He did. Okay, look, Brady wouldn't cooperate.
Spygate's nothing. Spygate was.
I'm just telling.
I'm
not telling you anything. I'm not judging on it. I'm telling you what led to their decision. Brady wouldn't turn over his text messages for the instances,
would you?
For the involving answer.
If you don't subpoena me to hand that over, I'm not giving it to you.
I would never give my phone. I don't care who's asking. Cooperate. You're going to take a person's private telephone and say, "I want to see your text messages."
I'm just
get a
saying.
court order to
What
give
else?
it to me. Otherwise,
I'm
no,
not
you're not
judging.
getting a thing
I'm
from
not
me.
judging.
That's what I'm talking about.
I'm just telling
The NFL is not law. They are not. They think they're law by what they do and the way they're on TV and the way they're big stories. But you can't tell a person, "Give me your phone." You got to subpoena that telephone. We got swatted a month ago, which is we're going to talk about it a little bit. And they came in to get my. They just didn't take my telephones.
No,
they had subpoena Verizon the whole 9 yards.
Exactly.
I didn't have to give it over to them. I had to when they told me I had to. When they were coming after me, they just wanted my phones. But to make it so it sticks in court or whatever they were going to do, they had to do it the right way. But not an NFL team. You don't tell. You can't be an owner of an NFL football team, and the commissioner is not law. You can't say, "Give me your phone."
In his realm, he's law. But I'm not. Look, I'm not judging. I'm not saying it's right or wrong. I'm just telling you what led. Well, it just show us those then.
Maybe Brady had other shit on that phone. He didn't want to be seen.
He's married.
I don't care. I don't care.
What do you mean you don't care? You can't care. You can't subpoena a telephone unless there's a reason to.
I'm not. You're missing my point. You're missing my point. I'm not judging that. I'm just giving you. You wanted to know why it was so harsh.
Is Cole still there?
Yeah, guys, I got to ask you a question.
Go ahead. I'm sorry about that. Go on a tangent here. You know how we get sometimes.
No, you guys are doing a great job. I got to ask you a question, though. How is it that Ray Rice goes to Atlantic City Casino, knocks his girlfriend out like Mike Tyson, and he gets 2 games, but my boy Brady gets 4
I agree.
games,
We agree. I could agree with you more. And that was a crime.
Exactly.
And that wasn't even, listen, he didn't even get arrested for that. That was an NFL fine. Once again, NFL was now playing judge and jury on that thing, regardless of the video itself. He was never arrested. She didn't file a crime against him, did he?
No.
So really, he was the court of public opinion, and Roger Goodell and his almightiness made all that go down.
If you say that what they did is what they did, and it's confirmed, but it's not like Brady's the one physically pumping these balls up. Why is Brady taking the brunt of? Why is he getting 4 games? I think it's completely.
Well, I think because
without anything definitive.
Because I think he's getting 4 games because they think they had him. And he wouldn't, and like even Brendan says, he wouldn't give up their phone regardless if he wouldn't have given up or not. Yeah. He thought that, Brady, I'm Mr. Tom MVP. Oh yeah, here's my phone. I'm sorry. That's not how life is. You can't do that. I would never give up my privacy. All they do in this country is talk about privacy, privacy, privacy. And then when somebody wants something, you don't give it to them. Oh, the privacy's out the door. We're going to find you.
I don't know.
We're in an era now where an underdeflated football is the same suspension as it's double the suspension of knocking out your fiance, and it's the same suspension as taking steroids.
Exactly.
I'm not.
I didn't say I agreed with it. I was just telling you what led up to it.
I know.
I think it's freaking ridiculous, to be honest with you. Everything about this is ridiculous.
Well,
but at the same time,
I like the Patriots and I like Garoppolo, but at the same time, I want them to get blown out week 1 just so we can say, look what you just did this opening night game. You ruined it by suspending Brady.
It's not going to happen, though. I know you're a big Pats fan, our caller, but here's the reality of he had an okay start last year. He was kind of bad. He was kind of bad at the beginning of the year. They came back and all right, you see, losing Brady for 4 games, which will probably get knocked down to 2, would be my guess. Losing him for 2 games does not affect this team.
No, it doesn't.
Because
but I want it to.
They know how to build a team.
I want it to affect the opening night grandeur of that Thursday night game.
Oh, absolutely.
That's what I wanted to do.
Hey guys, listen. I'm not worried about 2 games or 4 games. The Patriots are a second-half football team. We make a push for the playoffs. We get into the playoffs every year consistent. I'm not worried about 2 games. Okay. The point is, every quarterback likes their balls a certain way. Brady likes his balls a little deflated, and Rodgers likes his balls a little deflated. Every quarterback is doing it in the league.
Right.
And now I'm getting 4 games, 2 games, whatever. It's just ridiculous.
100%.
I just can't take it anymore. Goodell he's ridiculous. He couldn't even pronounce Mariota's name correctly. Get this guy out of here.
Yeah.
Mariotto.
Call him whatever you want. Hey, what are you? I didn't get your name when you called in.
Hey, my name's Tommy Boy, all right? I'll call you guys next Monday night. You're doing a great job. Have a good night.
Thank you. Appreciate the call. Tommy Boy checking in.
We got to agree. I mean, Goodell isn't, we've said it before, Goodell's not even fit to run, McDonald's, let alone the biggest corporation in the world, probably.
But you see where I'm getting at. I understand what you mean about it being a story like that. But my whole thing is it shouldn't have gotten to be this story. Okay, I understand what he did, but there's some even the way they put out the report. I don't remember the words they used. They didn't say definitively that it was Tom Brady. Tom Brady.
Well, listen, they had nothing.
Right. After our investigation,
on them, no.
we feel we have information, whatever the words they use, saying that they
So
were.
he knew he had knowledge of.
No, he didn't know. No, he didn't say that.
They're saying that he had knowledge the balls were being altered.
But that's not what they said. They said that with their investigation, they were sure. They weren't sure, but they used. I forget the wording they used. That that they knew. They think they knew he had something to do with it, but weren't 100%. But we're going to find him anyway and call this cheating. Bottom line, in so many words, that's what they did.
Mm-hmm.
And then they went forward with this thing. And now what his has done is put the NFL on the map for the next 2 weeks.
With this whole thing, a rumor of Rodgers, like to overinflate. Is that would that be any worse? If you overinflated your ball, now was that subject to suspension?
Might hurt a little bit.
No, what? No, it should be.
Yeah, what's the difference?
Yeah, it's no difference.
If there's like a range you need to be between, why should it be more of a punishment for being under than over?
It should be, but the way they're looking at it, Patriots they had a better chance of not fumbling because the ball was soft.
That's
they hold on to
idiotic.
it. Well, that's what they said.
And they said this that you can get a better grip, though it doesn't go as far. You can't throw as far.
That's not,
and then overinflated means you throw farther.
Well, that's an advantage. Rodgers can he can outthrow all the defenders. That's an advantage.
That's what.
How many deep balls did they throw?
Listen, if you put the right rush on and get to the quarterback, he's not throwing to anybody, no matter how inflated, deflated, or inflated the ball is. Okay. The bottom line is, you're looking for something to nail Brady on this thing because he's winning too much football in this league. You go to 6
That's not
Super
bad
Bowls.
for the league, though.
It isn't bad for the league, but you know what? It's bad for the league when you got nothing to talk about this week. So now they have a lot to talk about. What have I been saying? What have I been saying about the NFL every week? I laugh at this thing because every week
they get to grab a headline.
No matter what it is, good, bad, or difference, it's the NFL's on top. They're the lead story, and they're the lead story. This is what they want. This is their WWE way of doing business. Hell with what's going on the field. It's more about what goes on off the field in the NFL.
Side question. When a team gets fined, where does that money go to?
I asked
that the owner.
And why? Then why is this why do they care then? Why does the NFL care then? We'll fine you with X amount of dollars. Who cares?
Has anybody ever told us where that money went?
Does it go to the league? If it goes to the league,
I guess
if it goes to the league, then the league should love this. Then we just made $1 million.
Right. It doesn't go to the pension, obviously.
Yeah. Well, that's what I'm saying. It should go to the pension.
Well, no, we don't care. We understand where it should go. That's not the question. The question here is we hear about fines for years and years, but no one ever really tells us where that money goes.
To answer your question, this is the wording. During an investigation that spanned over 100 days, Wells found that Brady was at least generally aware of inappropriate activities of McNally and Jastrzynski involving the release of air from Patriot game balls after they were being examined by the referees.
Just listen to that. The whole thing is it's like a skit on Saturday Night Live that they put this together.
No, there is a skit on Saturday Night.
You couldn't make this up. You have to have it happen. You just don't make this. You don't write this story, do you? No. Did you write this story if you wanted to? You wouldn't even thought about it.
And here's the Brady thing. And in the report, Wells also noted that Brady refused to turn over his cell phone and other personal information for investigative purposes.
Yeah, a pair of underwear. What do they want him to turn over?
Exactly. Like I say, he's a married man. Who knows what he has on that phone?
Yeah.
He may have text messages, pictures. He doesn't want Giselle to see.
Oh, no, they were only going to look at the certain ones.
Yeah, I'm sure they were.
And can you imagine they started looking at his text message and what else they would have seen? Other things going on? I mean, come on, you got to be serious. You know what? He got caught doing whatever it is he does. You slap him on the wrist and you move on so it never happens again. And the way it never happens again is your referees got to keep an eye on this type of thing.
Yeah, shouldn't the referees be getting in trouble for this?
No, what? Yeah, really. They're the ones that touch that ball every play, right?
Yeah.
So they should know if this is that bad. If a referee can, if a defensive end can tell that a ball is deflated by touching, then the referee who's squeezing that freaking thing with a hash mark every play should know if the ball doesn't feel right to him.
Yeah.
Or he doesn't care. That's the other thing.
Now, back to the text in the phone. The same sort of thing happened with Brett Favre. If you don't remember that, he didn't hand over his phone. He got a $35,000 fine. That was it. End of story.
Sports Goombahs, welcome to the show.
Yeah, hey, how are you?
I'm doing pretty good. How you doing? Who's calling?
I'm doing great. This is Big Daddy Marshall, Steelers fan from Levittown, PA.
Okay.
You guys got him in the first game.
Merry Christmas.
Yeah, thank you. I think Tom Brady's a piece of crap. The New England Patriots are pieces of crap, and their organization's a joke. Sean Payton and the whole thing with the Saints, he was banned from the league for a year,
Right.
and Bill Belichick was fined $10.
Right.
The New England Patriots have all their rings are fraudulent in my mind. They're a joke. And the only reason the NFL didn't exploit that is because they couldn't handle the cheating scandal that went on with New England.
Right.
I think Tom Brady should be banned permanently.
That's strong.
Well, here, let me ask you this: his talent does it when you watch him play? Does it show that his talent is part of cheating the way he plays football, or just in general?
No,
Because
I actually don't think the act, like deflating the balls, allowed him to win the game. I think that's irrelevant.
Right.
I think the fact that the Patriots continue to cheat is ridiculous.
Right.
I have a bigger problem with what they did in the Baltimore playoff game with those illegal plays. I mean, those plays literally allowed them to beat the Baltimore Ravens and go to the championship game.
that kind of got swept under the
You know
carpet a
what
little
I'm
bit.
Some people took it as misleading the other team. Some people took it as just smart gameplay managing.
Right.
I don't know the rules behind that.
The referees are supposed to call that
Announce it,
penalty,
yeah.
but they didn't. Now, why do you think that is?
Well,
I mean, we all know conspiracy exists everywhere.
Well,
I
and
mean, the NFL is a billion-dollar elite business, and New England Patriots and Tom Brady still stick.
and you're exactly right, and I've talked about it a lot. The NFL is a show now. It's not about the most
Exactly.
talented. It's about the most money they can roll in. And that's why
Exactly,
I
man.
keep calling it the WWE, or I equate it to the WWE because it's not, I always say the NFL's not they don't fix these games via the players, but you can see how the NFL could fix these games by organizing the league a certain way. They funnel it through certain avenues that make certain teams win. And you can see it very well. That's why I thought
Without question.
yeah, that's why
Without question.
I thought and somehow the NFL was going to get Chip Kelly as quarterback, regardless. I thought somehow it was going to happen. That Mariota was going to be
Mariota.
I mean, it's crazy. You know what I mean? I
Yeah.
mean, you look at what I tell everyone is, I'm a Steelers fan, but I have nothing against New England except the fact of the whole Spygate. The NFL is so competitive that 3 plays can legitimately change the course of a game and cause one team to win.
Right.
So when you got Tom Brady sitting behind center, listening to the defense call their cadence, whether they're gonna blitz or the safety's gonna drop back in coverage, he knows what they're doing. He can audible or maybe just throw that quick pass.
Right.
That a split second gives him a humongous edge. And same thing with New England's defense.
Right.
They're listening to the audibles of quarterbacks, knowing whether they're going to audible to a run, audible to a pass. They're listening to the offensive line call out blocking schemes. I mean, if that's not the biggest scandal in sports history, I don't know what is. Then they swept it under the rug because can you imagine the profits that would have hurt the league if that was really exploited?
Absolutely.
But yet they felt like, oh, well, let's ban Sean Payton because our guys are betting each other to knock other guys out. When
Right.
all the teams, I mean, that's an individual thing. Sean Payton may have done it, may have not. I mean, that's irrelevant. But he gets a year. He's banned from the team.
Yeah,
And Bill Belichick gets nothing.
I thought
a couple bucks.
I thought that was
So-
harsh. But here's the thing: you think about it. You think about the cheating that the Patriots do, and the other teams do it and just not good at it, and they don't get caught because they're not good at cheating, or they just don't know how to. Because all the things you're saying that New England does, other teams they can do that too. They can all use video. They can all do the same thing that you're talking about. But are the other teams that straight up that no one even tries it, or they just don't do it right?
Maybe they do. They do it right now. Get
I
caught.
think
Yeah,
I
that's good true. Yeah.
I think with today's technology and especially the media-driven world we live in, if other teams were cheating like New England, they all would have been caught.
Yeah.
I think it's almost impossible to get away with that on that level. You got players going from team to team to team, always trying to get a competitive edge.
Yeah, I
maybe
agree.
Giving team information.
In the social media world, one little thing slips out, and some kid or some
the players-
reporter.
Yeah.
You know what's
The players can't even do anything on the personal time without getting caught, let alone the team.
You know what's
to that magnitude.
What's
Agreed.
interesting about this whole thing too, and I haven't heard anything about it, is that Tom Brady has and the Patriots have won all these championship games and been to all these Super Bowls with mediocre players around Tom Brady. Really,
That's always been the one plus
and
about Tom.
that's the plus about it. But if you think about it, maybe in order to get to where he was with mediocre players, they did have to cheat. Because if you think about it,
I agree. I agree.
We talk about the San Antonio Spurs all the time, but they did it with talented players all them years. The Patriots, you can't even name a wide receiver that hung out on that team for 5 years. You can't name the running back. So you got to think maybe there's a point to this.
They had one of the best offensive lines. Like Tom Brady played in front of one of the best offensive lines in the history of the game for years. I mean, he stood back there flat-footed for 6-7 seconds.
Right.
You put him there flat-footed 6-7 seconds in the NFL with all the information they had gathered on Spygate. Of course, they're going to be successful. You know what I mean?
Right.
Now, I'll give credit to him. He is an elite quarterback, but I'm not going to say he's one of the top all time because of all these scandals that keep coming out.
Listen, either way you look at it, the guy makes some nice throws, man. He puts the ball in spots. I mean, give the guy a frisbee. I think he can make a frisbee work the way he knows how to handle stuff from that arm. I mean,
he's an elite quarterback, but I mean, there's a lot of elite quarterbers that talent go to waste behind bad offensive line.
Absolutely.
Careers go to waste
on bad teams. You know what I mean?
Yes, Dan Marino.
Exactly. You put Dan Marino on that offense with Belichick, and what's going to happen?
Well, I mean, the 1 year Brady didn't play, Castle won 10 games, got himself a contract. So
right. So there's something to be said about whatever Belichick's doing what he's doing. It's all around. It all surrounds. There's nothing that guy doesn't know what's going on in that team. Come on, man.
And that's the thing with the reason Peyton got suspended for the year is because they said whether you knew it or not, this all happened under your watch.
Right.
Well, this happened under Belichick's watch.
And
that's the oddest thing about this is because we talked about all the fine. Like nowhere does Belichick get fined. No, his name isn't even brought up. Yeah,
and those two guys in the bathroom pumping the ball up, they're employees.
They're hung out to dry.
Yeah, they're employees. They're fired. And is that management that gets in trouble for that? Is that ownership? Because they're not. Brady doesn't pay them. They don't have to listen to Tom Brady. Well, they're afraid of getting fired. They don't listen to him. Well, they got fired for listening to him now. So where are they at anyway? So.
Hey, well, thank you for your time.
You got it, man.
Remember, Brooks Builders LLC.
Yep.
Visit us at our website 267-408-8850. Bathrooms and kitchens. Thank you.
You got it, man.
No problem. Appreciate it.
That's it. You call in. We let you get
the plug.
Get the plug
in for your.
You got to bring something good. He brought something good. I like that call. Good call.
Very good call.
But he brought up a lot of good points. Where he was obviously harsh with banning him from the league. Obviously, that's not going to happen. But.
Well, you know what though, and I can't blame him for that because there are people that are purists. I mean, like look at the stands. You compare it to Bonds. Should he get in? Should he get or A-Rod right now? Just who's creeping up on Babe Ruth? Is that right?
He's not. He's not going to get in.
Well, I'm just saying it doesn't matter. I'll still have that notoriety.
Yeah, I know.
And there are purists out there that says no, put an asterisk next to it.
Yeah, the second there's any rumors, and especially now suspension for cheating, you said that there's an asterisk now.
So it's always gonna. See, the problem is this: once you tarnish, it doesn't matter what you do. Once you tarnish it or you second guess it, it's always going to be like, well, now you look back and go, was he really that good, or was Belichick cheating, or
if they do their investigation and they find out that there wasn't anything that happened. You said it's just that fact that this is in the back of your mind now at all times. Yeah. There's always going to be people, cheater.
Well, that's the problem. Once you lose trust, that's it. It's always going to pop up. It's always going to be in your head.
Yeah. Give us a call, 267. I knew it'd be 563-2893. Yeah, we're at www.sgshow.net. Follow us on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. I think we should take a break.
Go for it.
Getting all sweaty here. Cash the King, Shut the Left, Mikey the Wall, Sports Goombahs. We'll be right back.
Need an electrician? Thinking about a home security system? How about even surveillance cameras? And updating your firearm is a must nowadays. Call Beacon Systems Incorporated. Electrical, fire, and security. 215-400-1151. That's 215-400-1151. Owner Joe Babersky gives you customer service that's second to none. Hey, you need some wired fish or even some TVs home? It's Beacon Systems. That's who you call. 215-400-1151.
BZI Group Inc. for your individual and small group health insurance needs. BZI offers free instant online insurance quotes and applications from major health insurance carriers. The BZI Group is dedicated to a no-nonsense approach to health insurance. They focus on giving you the insurance you need in a timely and cooperative manner. Whether you're looking for individual and family, group, seniors, life, or long-term coverage, BZI can help. For additional information or to speak with an insurance expert, call 1-800-431-4834 or email them at www.bzigroup.com.
Stop paying your bookie each week and start collecting. They have the best handicappers in the world, all in one place. And their only job is to win you money. Check Jeff Brandy's and all the experts at trendbetting.com. Trend betting theory is simple. Trends dominate in sports, and you will win in the long run by following the dominant trend. You will lose in the long run if you buck the dominant trend. Simple enough. That's trendbetting.com.
When you need a good roof over your head, call Seal Roofing. They've been keeping folks warm and dry for many years now and are proud of their work. Seal Roofing and Contracting does it all, whether you need simple repairs before the next big rainy season or a whole new roof. Maybe you need new siding or windows. You can be certain that when you hire Seal Roofing, you're hiring the best. Available 7 days a week with 24-hour emergency service and free estimates. Call 215-533-4066. That's 215-533-4066 or visit sealroofing.net.
Hey, yo, Cassie, what are you doing?
I got plumbing problems here. I can't get the water to go down the drain. What am I going to do?
Call Guarantee Plumbing, 215-342-7200 for all your plumbing needs. Serving the Philadelphia area and the greater Delaware Valley.
What was that phone number again?
215-342-7200.
Oh, yeah, oh.
Need to change your insurance carrier? Are you looking for a better rate? Call Stefano Terra, your farmer's insurance agency, at 215-987-3734. Or stop in his Northeast Philadelphia location at 1120 Common Avenue. Get some great quotes on life, auto, home, and business insurance. Call Stefano Terra, your farmer's insurance agency. Again, that's 215-987-3734.
Sports Goombahs Web Show. Cassidy King here. Rocking out sports this week. My man, Chef to the left, Brendan B. Mikey Wall. You're checking out TMZ over there, buddy, right?
No.
Some Mayweather chaos over there.
No.
He didn't do nothing this week. What's he done? He done something, didn't he? I saw his name pop up somewhere.
He probably bought 17 more Ferraris.
Ferraris, yeah. Isn't somebody suing him for something right now? Isn't a mommy suing him for something?
I don't know that.
Mayweather. I'm sure we'll hear about it on the Wall Report if it's out there. Maybe, maybe not. Guess what? This is the pick session. This is what Cassidy King, myself, tends to end you a few bucks every week. I do the best I can, but we didn't do so good last week, I don't think. If you're paying your bookie last week,
It's our fault.
oh, it's my fault. That's for sure. Pick session is brought to you by Auto Magic Car Care. Where they pay for everything on this show, man? It's like they're sponsoring hours, they're sponsoring everything.
Pay the big bucks.
Mikey Primo, Matty Linden, 215-322-2561. The number one car detailers in the world. You spend that much money with us, you're the best in the world. Bar none. Give them a call, 215-322-2561. Or check them out at automagiccarcare.com. All right, last week we were 0-3. There you go. I'm going to slap it right after at you. 0-3. Cleveland, Kansas City, they didn't get over 8 runs. Loser. Detroit, Chicago, they can only manage 7 runs. Loser. Anaheim at Calgary. Anaheim went in there with a 2-0 lead. I laid the 130 to win 100. Loser. 0-3. See you later. We'll try to do a better job this week. All right. Let's go to tomorrow's baseball action. Pittsburgh Pirates at Philadelphia. I know this total in this game is going to be an 8. And maybe 7.5. I like Pittsburgh the over 4 runs here. I don't know who's pitching for the Phillies tomorrow. AJ Burnett's going to go for Pittsburgh, coming back to Philadelphia after that rotten year he had here. Did he win a game here last year? I don't think he did. Maybe one game, I think. I don't even know. Every time he was on the mound, it was awful. Anyway, being that he's out of Philadelphia, he's probably going to have a good game. He's going to come here tomorrow. It's going to be some dry air, some humidity, and Pittsburgh's going to whack the ball all over the place. I don't know who's pitching for the Phillies. I don't think they even put anybody out there yet.
No, I don't think so.
Not
either.
sure. I don't see him on the board yet.
What did they say? Sullivan, maybe?
Oh, yeah. Sullivan might be out there. Yeah.
God.
Yeah. Ed Sullivan. They're bringing him right out of the grave. Slap him up there. Give him a weekend to Bernie Stilt and let him sit there on the mound. What's the difference at this point?
Doesn't matter who's throwing the damn ball anymore.
Yeah. So I like Pittsburgh on the over 4. I like them for the win, too. So there's 2 plays I like there. I'm not sure it's going to be a 4. It could be a 4.5. Who knows? We'll see what they do tonight. The other game I have out there is Toronto-Baltimore. Burley, he's got a 600 earned run average right now, and he's going against Tillman for Baltimore. It's even worse, another quarter worse. So between the two of them, it's 12 runs there. The under and over is low on this one. It's 8.5. I thought it'd be 9.5. I was wrong. I see an 8.5 right now. I like this game total to go over. Baltimore hosting Toronto tomorrow over the 8.5. The Washington Nationals, they're heating up. They're getting healthy, starting to play good ball.
Some guys are coming back.
And they're in Arizona, which is an easy place to play baseball when you're playing well. Later 120, actually later 140, going in Arizona to win 100. Like I said, Washington's getting healthy. Say goodbye to the Mets. They're done. And anybody else in the East at this point.
The Mets came back to reality.
Yeah, how about that, right? Another team we'll talk about in a little bit came back to reality, too, if we mushed them. The NHL, Wednesday night, Game 7, Rangers going to lay to 175 over Washington. I don't like Ovechkin, okay? He's a good hockey player. He's a good stat hockey player. He's always up there in goal scoring. He doesn't make anybody around him better, and he always seems to fall short. Now he's starting to run his mouth.
Guaranteed to win.
Yeah. He's not. And he's going to get. He's not Messier, and never will be Messier. The only Messier is what Messier makes in the toilet. Okay, that's what I think about Ovechkin. To come out, just shut your mouth and play hockey. You want to win Game 7? Just win it with the stick. Don't come out there and make an announcement so you look like a jerk. You're not even in the category of a Messier, a Gretzky, or anybody else who can predict. Joe Namath. You're not in that category. You've won nothing. You haven't gotten close. And to make a bold statement like that against the Rangers in New York?
Let me tell you, I was down in D.C. on Friday night, and the Saturday, watching my girl graduate college. We were at a bar. It was on every freaking TV in the bar, and there were 3 fans watching it.
Yeah, and they were all from Philly.
And or transplants or whatever. Right. And, you know, when they scored, it was one guy yelling. That was it. Oh my!
Let me tell you something. I'd like to make a bold statement myself, saying I'll run naked in the street if Washington wins Game 7 here, but no one would care. Okay, if I did that, so it wouldn't make any sense making this statement.
God. Come on, Rangers! Come on, Rangers!
There you go.
That's the last thing you want to say.
Yeah, Ovechkin. What a joke! What a joke! Just score your 50 goals and go home. Go do another rap song or whatever he does, or get another coach fired. So let's review. Got a couple baseball games going tomorrow. Got 3 games going tomorrow. Philadelphia is hosting Pittsburgh. I like Pittsburgh on the over 4 runs on the side total, plus the win. Toronto's at Baltimore. I like this game to go over 8.5. I was surprised to see Justin 8.5 with these 2 clowns on the mound. And the other game is the Arizona's hosting Washington. Like I said, Washington is getting healthy, and you're going to lay to 120 here to win 100, and that should be an easy one there, I think. In the NHL, of course, you just want the Rangers are going to the Cup. They're going. They're going to go. They're going to win this one, and then they're going to take out whoever wins that Tampa Bay Montreal series. I think That
they
was
definitely, if they win, they definitely have the
yeah. I think the two teams coming. Tampa Bay's kind of they're slacking off a little bit. They're having a hard time getting through the playoffs.
We got the matchup we were talking about though in the West.
Yeah, Chicago. I told you about Chicago. I told you.
And Anaheim and the Ducks.
Right, towards the end of the season, I said watch out for Chicago. I was watching them pick people off little by little. I was just creeping up from the 8th spot to 7 to 6, and then they just settled in the 5 and 6 spot and waited their turn. And now look where they're at. They got healthy too.
They got healthy.
Yep.
They made the right trades.
Right.
They're
exactly right.
Money. There was talk about them snookering a couple injuries, saying that they were worse than they really were, so they could keep on their salary. All this
cheating?
Stuff.
Is that cheating?
No, that's creative management.
Freezing the puck. What do you mean? They overfroze the puck.
They overfroze the puck. His stick was curved like Bill Clinton.
That's the pick sessions for today. Hey, yeah, Mikey, you got anything? What you do last week?
Yeah, I actually won. Somebody had to do the job.
My man, pots and pans.
So when I said we were 1-4, that's what it was.
So yeah, I think I told you guys flat out, LeBron will not go down 0-2.
Yeah, that was an easy play.
Cavs are at -5.5. They won by 15. So that was never even in doubt.
I don't.
And they even lost the second half. They lost out, but they were up by 20? They're by 19 at halftime. So that was over.
Missed that one. Missed that game.
Well, if you miss it, you got a chance to again this week because kind of same situation. Cavs at home, -5.5. I don't think they're going to fall behind 3-2 going back to Chicago. So take the Cavs again tomorrow night.
What's LeBron doing last night? I think I like it. I don't like what he did. I like what he did because I don't like their coach. I don't. He's not
the coach.
He's not worthy of being.
He fell ass backwards into a good job.
Yeah, and he's not worthy of coaching that team right now.
Because he wasn't supposed to.
Right.
He was hired when it was Andrew Wiggins and a bunch of nobodies. Then LeBron came here. I guarantee that there's no way in hell they would have hired him.
He's the only coach that if he wins an NBA title, he's going to get fired.
He honestly he may get fired.
He's going to get fired if he wins.
If he wins, he won't. But if they don't, they may.
He's going to get fired. The way LeBron,
if he wins the title, he's not going to get fired.
He very well could, because
how many superstars we just talked about? Ovi.
Yeah.
Ovi got his coach fired.
Yeah, but he didn't win a championship.
Yeah, but it's different here. LeBron doesn't like him already. He's not going to go another season with him. He's already overruling him in the huddle. So, what point do you say, hey,
they're not going to fire him? If he wins the title, they're not going to fire him.
Okay, we'll see.
They may force him to resign.
That's cheating.
They might pay him to resign.
So who you like this week? You like the Cavs?
The Cavs again.
Yep.
Same line, same situation. So ride it while it's hot.
It's a good pick.
I hear you loud and clear. I hear you. Well, that's the pick session brought to you by Automagic Car Care. Again, 215-322-2561. You better be cleaning all our cars for nothing. Okay.
There's no point right now. You see the pollen outside?
Yeah. I suppose
my car is like yellow right now.
I can tell by the way I'm breathing. I can't. I haven't had an allergy problem in maybe 15 years. I'm sneezing all over the place. It's ridiculous.
This year's wet, man.
I don't have allergies.
Of course not.
Of course not.
Never take your hat off.
Outside here, I never wear a hat.
Yeah, that's the way we breed that here at Hats. All right, so that's our pick session. All right. So speaking of LeBron James, going into the huddle and overruling his coach. Now, I gotta, I watched it and I have to figure to myself as a coach whether I'm the dumbest idiot in the NBA and I have LeBron on my team and I need one shot and he's not in the play. Kobe's not in the play. Jordan's not in the play. Don't give the ball to Wilt Chamberlain. He's not in the play. Julius Erving and Magic Johnson, the list can go on and on.
Okay.
How do you not put him in the play there? I don't care how many people guard him.
You're correct. That's the most amazing thing about the whole situation is, okay, your go-to guy is LeBron. How the hell, right? How the hell is he the guy? First of all, even if he's not the go-to guy, even if it's not who you want taking the shot, he shouldn't be inbounding the ball. Yeah. Okay, you have to have that extra threat out there.
I understand the theory of, they're all going to expect LeBron go elsewhere. And because it was a tie game, you could say, okay, well, if we miss it, we'll still have overtime. But like you say, you can't be inbounding the ball.
Exactly.
No, that's what a waste of it. Doesn't make any sense.
If there's more time, then yes, you can inbound the ball because a lot of times it's go back. But when there's 1.8 seconds or whatever it was, there's no time.
And like you said, it would have been a tie game. So you got overtime with your team, and you got James and the whole, and they're all going to go out in overtime. So give him the ball because he's the best chance of making the shot on the team. So why not? Even if and it doesn't even look like the inbound play was supposed to go back to him. He didn't have enough time to even do that, like get it in and get it back to him.
No, you can't do that.
Yeah, right. That's right. That's what I'm saying. So it wasn't even about him even handling the ball, except for. And if you're the coach of that team, and what did he do? Did he call timeout and they went back in? I can't remember. When he was inbound.
I didn't watch that.
I think did he call time and go back in?
I don't watch it as it happened. I was out.
No.
So when he inbounded the ball,
I don't know. I didn't watch it while it happened.
I saw it afterwards. Yeah.
No, he changed the play. That's what he did. He changed the play. I think when they went in, I have to check that out. I know I saw. I wasn't focusing on it because it was background, and it's like I watch basketball. It's there, just in case something crazy happens.
Exactly. You look up. Yeah.
Yeah. You look up. Yeah. It's like the Phillies game in the 7th inning. You look up because something.
Oh, down 9-2. All right, cool. Yeah.
It's because the peanut guy hitting you in the face with a.
Meanwhile, I need Pittsburgh to get one more run to make a day of it. That was the excitement of the NBA basketball.
It was a good week overall. Yeah. How many game winners was hit? LeBron was the one who didn't bank it, and by the luck of God, right. Rose's shot was a prayer, and then Pierce did the same thing. He had a game winner, but oh my God, don't even get me started on Paul Pierce's shot. I don't know if you guys watched that.
I missed
the game or the highlight. I mean, he's holding the ball with like 9 seconds left at the top of the key. Keep in mind, this isn't Paul Pierce from 2005. This is 2015 Paul Pierce. So it's his ball apparently. Nobody else touching his ball. Just hold it. Let's get down like 2 seconds. Takes a couple dribbles to his left into double coverage. Fades back a foot inside the 3-point line, which is the worst shot you can take in basketball, and glasses it in. And acted like and then they interview him after the game like, oh, did you call bank? The corny.
Yeah, right.
He goes. I called game.
I walked away.
Yeah, I'm like, you are such a dork. I was like, that was one of the worst shots you could ever take in basketball.
With 8 seconds, you got to move the ball around.
He just stood there. He just stood there. It was his game on the line. Like, you're the man now, apparently, Paul Pierce.
Because if they missed it, he didn't care. That kind of shot means you don't care if you miss it. That's the type of shot you take after 8 seconds waiting. Talk about shots.
Yeah.
I got a chance to sit, other than drinking this weekend, which I did a lot of for some reason.
You woke me up there.
Yeah.
Yes. Shots.
They got this guy. His name's Ricky Fowler.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Comes out of nowhere yesterday.
I thought you were going with this.
Playing some of the most incredible golf I've ever seen. I was mesmerized.
Wow.
All I could think of was the priest with in Caddyshack when he was making the shots in the rain. Because it looks like this guy, he had a magnet going to the freaking cup on the last 6 holes of this thing, man.
I don't think the heavy stuff is going to come down for quite some time.
And I watched the most incredible shot. And what the killer was, the guys chasing them were having great games too.
Oh my God!
Garcia hit a 45-putt shot to stay into this thing, and they both of them end up under 12 and 11 under. I think it was Fowler and Kevin Kistner or something like that. And these two guys shoot some of the game of their lives, and they don't get to win this thing. And Ricky Fowler, like B was telling me, his family was heading home in the beginning of the last round of golf.
Beginning of the last round, and then he goes like, okay, this is what he do: birdie, birdie, eagle, birdie in a row,
right?
And drops like 7. Boom! All of a sudden, he's like up, and his family apparently they were saying was getting ready to go on his girlfriend, his mom, and his sister. I think they were getting ready to get on a plane. I think, and they were leaving, and they saw it on the news, and they got in a cab and went back because now he's playing. And the best thing about it was like it was sudden death. It wasn't sudden death. It was aggregate.
No,
it was awesome. It was a 3-hole playoff, and if they didn't get to it, then it was going to be a 1-hole sudden death and then a 2-hole. Oh my God! It was.
I tell you what,
it was awesome. It's
Fowler's girlfriend or wife is his girlfriend.
Girlfriend.
She was dressed like she was getting on a plane.
She was dressed.
It looked like she came back from the airport, but when she was dressed and sitting first class for a couple hours, not come out and watch a golf
She was
match.
ready for a couple margaritas.
Margaritas, yeah. I mean, a call girl, something like that. Little
bikini model,
little Vegas chick. I don't care what she was. He came off that thing, and then she gives him a big hug, and
he dips her and kisses.
I thought they're gonna roll.
Goes wild. It was
they're gonna roll.
Thought World War II ended the way he dipped her.
Yeah, they're gonna roll to the floor. There, it's like a big kiss after a wedding announcement or something like that.
But I tell you what, the big story for me watching that. I mean, like I got sucked into it. I was like, wow, this is some like really, and everybody else was playing really good on that last thing. And the one thing about Fowler is on 17, that floating on, it's infamous for Sawgrass. Everybody knows about it. He was there 6 out of 6 tries.
Did he hit
5
something?
Freaking birdies.
Did he hit? He thought he went in the water. Wasn't there one shot? Was that him? He thought he went into the water.
No, I think that was Sergio's shot.
Was it
Yeah.
or the other guy? One of the guys, and he turned his head, and I think it was Fowler because he hit the water. He turned away, and it bounced straight up in the air and bounced on the green.
Oh, I
he had
missed
turned
that
away
then.
from the shot completely.
I missed that. But 5 out of 6 tries there, he was birdie opportunity. 5 out of 6 tries, and then
What he was 11? He was 11 under coming out of those 6 holes. Those last 6.
oh my God, it was amazing. Yeah.
I was saying, is that possible?
And then the other guy, not Sergio, Kevin
Kinsler, yeah.
Kistner. That's it. Kistner. I don't know where the hell he came from,
He
but
played well.
he should have freaking won
He
twice.
may never have a round like that again.
He should have
Never.
freaking won twice. He was half an inch away from a hole twice.
Yeah.
Went
Went around the other
Went
one
around prom night the first time, and then the first time he missed it by a half an inch, and then the last one, if he had a chance, even when Fowler was going to win it, he was still. If he makes that putt, it could have been very interesting too. He missed it by maybe 10 inches to a foot. It was still great. It was great watching it.
Yep.
You sat there and you go, "Oh my God, that could have been like Tiger and whoever else he was playing, whoever was on at the time."
You say that, and I want to tell you, it's got to be one of the first times that I watched golf.
Exactly.
And I was
That was gonna
I
be my
stood
point.
around because I wanted
3 hours I watched it.
I was painting the room again. I keep painting that bedroom of mine, man. Before you know, it's gonna be all black in there. I got this satin plate. I'm painting everything.
You have a black bedroom?
Well, it's not all black like your hat, but it's got whatever we're talking about. Anyway, in the background was this golf, but I got mesmerized by it because I couldn't believe all 3 of them making these shots.
Oh my God!
It was like magicians. It was unbelievable. And I focused, and I you know what? I can watch these guys play.
Yeah.
And the other guy was Rory McIlroy wasn't even involved in this. Number 1 guy's not even in the mix.
He was still
7
six
down. Yeah,
six
yeah, but he was
under,
out of it.
5 or 6 under.
Yeah, but he was done.
Still had a good round.
Right.
That's the thing. There were a lot of guys that had good rounds that were in it still up until I guess halfway.
You know what it is?
Up until the back 9 at least.
It seems there's a new crew in town. Okay, who's the guy that won the Masters last week? Spiel? What's his name?
Spieth.
Spieth, right? Which he wasn't even around this week. He's too busy partying, I think.
No, he played.
He missed the cut.
Yeah. He played. He was in this. The second cut or second cut, right?
They only have 1 cut.
Well, that's when you're beefing. When you're partying after a Masters for 3 weeks.
No, after 2 rounds, they do a cut.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, on Thursday, on Friday, you get cut. You don't make it to through Friday. Yeah, so there's a new crew of guys out there, young kids playing this game right now. They're very interesting. I mean, they're good. I mean, they're very accurate. That's what I'm seeing here. Even their putting.
There's been a lot of hype around Fowler for like 10 years now.
Yeah, he's been
always
close.
been bridesmaid, never
yeah.
a bride.
Yeah.
10 years. How old is that guy?
Fowler?
Yeah.
It's like
Probably my
27,
age, honestly.
He looks like a young DiCaprio sitting there in that hat walking up. Yeah, I mean, he's like this young looking dude.
He was on the cover of like a Tiger Woods video game like a couple years ago. Yeah, he's been a big name. He just never cashed in, and
he's only
he's 26.
won one.
He's 26.
He's only won
26?
one major other than this.
He could have been around
no,
that
he
long.
might not have. He was a runner-up 5 times, I think.
There you go.
Right? 5 times?
I don't.
Oh, I thought you were looking it up.
No, I don't know too much about Vicky. All I know is his outfits. He's always been known for his Puma outfits.
And orange, the bright orange.
Mm-hmm. Moved to Texas. I know that. Texas kid. Oh yeah. No.
Give a crap where he's from. I was watching him play golf.
Well, I thought you were talking about golf. I was just interjecting.
Interjecting. I mean, talking golf. Yes. Guy's only 26
But
years
the
old.
point-
He's only been around 6 years.
Yeah, but the point of everything is this. You got entertaining golf without Tiger. You didn't need him. You didn't need him.
That's right.
And one of the premier tournaments, there's some, obviously you always watch the Masters. I always try to anyway. And I always try to watch US Open and this. Just because, and let's face it, I'm not sitting there going out and watching the Honda Classic or whatever the hell, the Tortilla Classic or whatever the hell it is. I don't go watch them, but I go out of my way to see these ones. The British Open too.
Well, I think it all matters. If
I was entertained.
I stumbled on good golf.
Exactly.
I would have watched that regularly. I would just been doing what I was doing in the day, but I stumbled on the last 6 holes, the last round, the last 9 holes, and I started watching, and I started seeing, outrageous golf like this. What are these guys? Everybody's hitting everything. You know, it's kind of nuts to see that. Usually it's one guy playing well like that. The most two. Never, 4 guys playing like that. Yeah.
I think there were 5 up at one point. We're all in contention.
Yeah. Good stuff, Good stuff. Golf needs it bad. I mean, when you have 4 and 5 guys working that, then it's good because you're not watching one guy and waiting for him to hit, waiting. You got him, the cameras are going to the different players who are all playing well or in contention for that. When you have a guy that's 12 under, 11, and 10 and wait down to the last couple holes, well, then you got a decent match. Need more of that in golf,
We need our boy Furyk to get hot.
Jimmy fading away, man. He's out of his league anymore, I think. I'm going to have to start backing a different guy. He's bad for business.
Now, I don't know if you want to get to this now. You can tell me no if you want to do it later. But when you said, when you're segueing from shots, I thought you were talking about the shot McCoy took at Chip Kelly.
Oh, we can go right there.
Well, I was getting to that. That's and know what it is? And I look at that and it says one thing and one thing only. This guy is so freaking pissed he's in Buffalo.
Oh, yeah.
Somewhere you don't want to be.
He went out for dinner at one restaurant and he had a tip. It's got to be. There's no way he can be beefing like this. It's been 2 months already since he's gone. Yep. He just won't stop. It's like, what is he getting?
And it's summertime up there.
It's
not even freaking cold yet.
And you got to wonder, what does he hope to gain out of this thing?
I don't get it.
Yeah, he's just so pissed that he has to wake up in Buffalo, New York every day for the entire season. It's not, hey, look, you're playing in Washington, you're playing in Philadelphia, New York, Dallas, San Francisco, you're playing in the big town, Chicago. You're the talk of the town, Buffalo, New York. All you're doing is digging out of snow all winter down there, up there.
Well, that's what we talked about. It was we mentioned it on many occasions when Kate was here.
You
don't get nothing.
That's right. You get banished. You're banished to Buffalo. I mean, when T.O. went there, T.O. went there, and everybody forgot he was playing football.
It's like the rest. It's the Denny's.
Yeah,
it's the Denny's of the NFL football.
Yeah, exactly.
You don't go out to Denny's. You end up there.
Yeah. Bills are in trouble. They hire a wackadoo coach just so they can get back on the map.
And then what? I'm trying to remember what the hell that your boy said. He said something like to support him. Like,
yeah.
I can't think of it.
I remember what he said. Oh yeah, I'm not going to silence him.
I'm not
going to say whatever he wants.
Who, Rex said that?
Yeah,
Rexy.
Yeah, Rex had nothing else to do that day. Don't look at some.
I got his back.
Yeah, don't look at game plans. Don't try to get the season together. Let's just talk about what my disgruntled running back who doesn't want to be here wants to say.
This is a toilet bowl waiting to happen here. Yeah. Somebody's gonna have to flush it soon.
But can we discuss how out of line and just grossly irresponsible it is? That's not something you just throw out there. Yeah, when you start throwing on the race card and you start claiming somebody's racist, that's a serious thing to throw out there.
Now, if I'm Goodell, I'm finding him. Why isn't he being fined for that kind of stuff?
I agree.
That's worse than Deflategate. It's not cheating, but it's defamation of character. Chip Kelly's done nothing to show that he's had any bit of racism. Nothing at all.
Because he's getting rid of the good black. Sorry, I mean, I don't have the stats in front of me, but
it's 11 players.
No, I'm saying that's not what I'm going with. I have the stats in front of me, but 75 to 80% of the league is black players. So, of course, if you get rid of players, they're going to be black. He replaced them with black players.
He replaced whatever he left. Well, I don't know what left. I don't know what left. The very first thing
he did when free agency day one opened was sign the best cornerback in the league who is black. He went out and replaced McCoy with a black running back. This is...
You see what it is, and McCoy's trying to say that it's a type of player he doesn't like. He doesn't like the brashy, loudmouth, Hollywood type players, and nothing's wrong with that. Look, those players
don't about race.
Those players don't win Super Bowls. Look at the history of all the divas.
How many
in the
rings
NFL?
does Randy Moss have? Zero. Terrell Owens
zero.
Yeah.
John
Ocho Cinco
zero.
Yeah.
Okay, who's the guy that? Well, he got one for Tampa Bay, didn't he?
Who?
Keyshawn, didn't he? Or was he off Tampa Bay when they won?
I think he was on
Did he win that Tampa Bay when
he beat? I don't know if he was there or not.
No, did they beat the Raiders?
I know you're talking about. I don't know if he was there or not.
I don't know.
Check that, B.
Yeah,
statistician.
No internet.
No internet. Gotta get a better computer over there, buddy.
But anyway, like I said,
but point being, that's
the one thing is the NFL. What's the one thing that we see with the NFL? The NFL is just business.
Right.
It's business. It's not personal. So yeah, they had to get rid of certain people because of the money they made. That's why he got rid of you, and because he's not the amount of money you're making to how much of a distraction you can be. It's not worth it to him.
Right.
So he got rid of you.
Right.
I mean, if you look at his days in college, which is less businessy and more, I like you, I want you, I like you, I'm gonna get you. He was a coach in Oregon for I think 4 or 5 years, every year he was a coach, we all agree the quarterback is the franchise, right? The quarterback's a star. It's the thing.
Yep.
He never had a single white quarterback. So how are you racist if you're hand selecting your franchise, your face of your team to be either black guy or a Samoan or Hawaiian? Like he never picked a white guy. So how could he possibly he chose for 4 or 5 consecutive years to make the face of his team, his star player, non-white.
Right.
Where does the racism? All because he kept Riley Cooper. That's literally the only thing it is, because he kept Cooper.
Yeah.
If he cut Cooper, this way he wouldn't be racist.
Yeah. Well, and the only reason he didn't cut Cooper is because Cooper's contract is
because he couldn't cut him.
Right.
They just signed him to that 4 or 5 year deal, so he couldn't cut him.
If I was Kelly, I get on the phone to the show and I say, "Look, you dumb shit! I can't cut the guy."
Tell Sean, hey, you want to pick up this $12 million fee we're going to pick up for cutting him, then by all means pick it up. I'll cut him.
It's a total,
get him out of here.
Total sour grape. I'm pissed off him in Buffalo situation over there. And the other one, Deshaun Jackson, he still has. I saw him on a talk show this week. Still beefing about the Eagles after 2 years already. He's beefing about. Well, I don't know what's going.
Well, look where they're good. They went to Buffalo and Washington. I mean,
he's same way. He thinks he said he's the team to beat in the East now.
Yeah, that's
what he's going to say. But meanwhile, he's talking about that, and he's getting to his reality show. He's got a reality show coming on. So this guy could give a crap about NFL football. He's all about himself
can say,
now.
I mean, you can say whatever you want. I could say I'm the best basketball player in the world. That doesn't mean I am. You can say a team to beat all you want. That's cute.
Yeah.
We know you're not. You know you're not.
That's a kiss of death when you say that. You know what I mean? Except for Jimmy Rollins, you're not saying anything. But you look at the guys who call it. Well, there's 5 of them I can think of in my entire life: Joe Namath, Mark Messier, Jimmy Rollins, and I think there's 2 other guys who made the bold statement in sports. And I can't even think of them more.
And followed through with it. Yeah, exactly.
I think one of them was Jordan. I think he did it twice.
Quite possibly.
The funny thing about Jordan, you look at Jordan, and and you compare players. Sometimes I wonder if Michael Jordan didn't leave basketball just to give some other guys a chance to win a title. You know what I mean? Like he went to play baseball for 2 years, figuring, I'm going to be the good guy. I'm going to get out of basketball, do something else. Because let me tell you something: if Jordan's in them 2 years, they win 2 more championships with that team.
There's theories of why he did it all, but he's bored.
What a gambling, there's some gambling stuff that was going on. His father was killed, I think, or something happened in between that time. Yeah, so he got out of basketball.
Honestly, he probably just got bored.
Yeah. But then then he came back and won a couple.
You look at it like this: if you're the best and you don't get challenged, you get bored.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
If you are,
obviously in real life,
and everything you do, let's just face it: if you're doing hard math problems, if you're a math person and you solve a really hard problem, wow, that's a sense of accomplishment. If I told you you're going to add 4 + 4, 6 + 5 all freaking day long, doesn't matter if you're a math genius, it gets boring. You need to find something. Everybody needs their challenge, and whether or not it's daily or for a lifetime. Some people never get it, and that's what drives them to be the best. Who knows? Like you said, it was boredom, or maybe I just need to step back and reevaluate my life.
I mean, obviously, I can't attest to that in real life, but I played enough video games in my day to know once you get to a certain point, it's like, all right, well, I win every time. This isn't fun anymore.
Exactly.
Let's start over. Let's start this over. So yeah, I'm sure that's what happened with Jordan that year. If he didn't get secretly suspended,
it's not like the games. It's like the big games when I was Resident Evil or whatever. It's never about winning them. It's about your journey to get there, because, oh, God, that zombie always gets me, or this spot, I always die.
And if you just keep beating, it's like, well, this is boring. Hell.
Yeah, exactly. They're made to be hard for a reason.
Yeah, well, hopefully, that's it. There's no more to be said unless Chip Kelly comes out and says, hey, I'm tired of hearing this.
But he shouldn't. I mean, he shouldn't really.
He hasn't. Yeah,
he shouldn't answer.
Keep ignoring it.
Yeah,
it's not even worth an answer.
If he comes out tomorrow and answers it, it's just gonna be another week of news stories.
Like, here he goes. Chip Kelly finally responds to all the allegations. Blah 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 blah.
He did. I mean, you just ignore it. Just laugh. In your personal time, to laugh. Like, what an idiot. That's all he is. He's an idiot.
A lot of that going around,
Well, that's the best revenge. It's not to say nothing.
Exactly.
You don't give them nothing. Like every time. What was all these stories was? It's never the story that ruins anybody. It's the cover up or the bullshit afterward. Okay, yeah. If that's what you think, fine.
Well, look.
What can he say? Could you come out and say?
Next question. You know.
Well,
boom.
no, I'm not racist. I have a black friend. Like that's not
Yeah,
gonna.
exactly.
What can you? Did you have a hard argument against it?
The Seinfeld episode. I got a black friend.
So I say there's nothing.
It does. It sounds like a freaking sign.
Well, there's nothing else to come out and say. You just say, yeah, all right, whatever.
Listen.
I'm racist. Cool.
He hasn't won anything. Sean hasn't won anything. He's done nothing in the NFL. He won a couple of NFL rushing titles. He's going to a team.
Yeah.
One, okay, but he's going to a
I
team.
mean, I don't want to be a typical Philadelphia fan of just bash him on the way out the door.
Yeah,
it was great while he played. He was a great player for us. But once you left, you ran your mouth. So
right. And here's the thing.
Go fuck yourself.
What
do we say?
No, it is. It's pretty simple what it's all about. He's going to a team which he's not going to compete for a Super Bowl for the next 4 or 5 years. There's no way. First of all, Rex Ryan, you're not going to compete anyway. You're going to fall, and it's just
and he has what 3 years left in him, if that.
Yeah, running backs. Yeah, there's short life.
Here's what's worse. Here's what worse about Rex Ryan and Buffalo too. He's going to get bored too down. There's no media. They don't care. They don't have 24/7 sports talk down there.
Well, he can be the star of the entire city now. Whereas as New York, you're just kind of a piece
but
of
being
it.
a star of Buffalo is not. There's nothing there.
He'll still in his head be like, I'm the star of New York. That's the whole thing.
He's going to have to
Buffalo, New York.
He's going to have to
Buffalo, New York. It's not New York.
Yeah,
New York.
right. He's going to have to keep starting. He's going to have to keep starting trouble. He's going to have to keep. Rex.
The team isn't that bad, honestly. I just don't think Rex isn't going to lead him anywhere. You can't. He can't.
Well, you know what? They got a new quarterback coming up. They got a running back who's okay. I don't know what their offensive line is right. I don't have any idea what that's going on there. The defense was good.
The defense is good.
Was good in the start last year.
They have a good. They have Watkins and they brought in Percy Harvin. They have LaShawn McCoy. So I mean, they need to get a right quarterback. It's between Castle and Manuel, which is
you bring McCoy in there, you're adding trouble to your locker room. It looks like. Sounds like it to me. If he's already beefing about another team's racial situation,
if he doesn't like one thing, he's just going to call Rex a racist.
Yeah, that's right. If Rex gets rid of,
you can't bench me. You can't get rid of me, or you're racist.
Can't discipline. Maybe that's the smartest thing he said. I'll let him talk.
Yeah, well,
it might be the smartest thing.
I don't know if Rex is capable of smart things. Honestly.
Yeah, even a blind squirrel finds a nut once in a while.
That's a cliche and a half. All right, let's take a break.
On that.
In terms of goddamn air conditioning here. I'm starting to sweat, man.
So that's why I wear the hat. It's so hot down here.
I'm freaking spewfing over here.
I don't know what that is.
Of course you don't.
Spewfing. Oh God. What was
better
that?
Check your drawers then.
That's why the same guy is bloviating, man. Don't you read your
spewfing? I've heard
you
of
didn't get the
spewing.
menu. You didn't get the menu.
When you sweat, you spew.
Just please go to the commercial. Enough of you spewing on me.
Catch the King. His chef is over there. Mikey's schwitzing.
I'm spewing.
He's spoofing. He's schwitzing.
Here comes the commercial. Here it is. Rock and roll.
Thinking about a home security system?
Yeah, get yourself a security system.
Surveillance cameras. And updating your firearm is a
I'm gonna get one for this building.
Call Beacon Systems.
Sports Goombahs. We'll be right back.
Electrical, fire, and security. 215-400-1151. That's 215-400-1151. Owner Joe Babersky gives you customer service that's second to none. Hey, you need some wired fish or even some TVs home? It's Beacon Systems. That's who you call. 215-400-1151.
BZI Group Inc. for your individual and small group health insurance needs. BZI offers free, instant online insurance quotes and applications from major health insurance carriers. The BZI Group is dedicated to a no-nonsense approach to health insurance. They focus on giving you the insurance you need in a timely and cooperative manner. Whether you're looking for individual and family, group, seniors, life, or long-term coverage, BZI can help. For additional information or to speak with an insurance expert, call 1-800-431-4834 or email them at www.bzigroup.com.
Stop paying your bookie each week and start collecting. They have the best handicappers in the world, all in one place. And their only job is to win you money. Check Jeff Brandy's and all the experts at trendbetting.com. Trend betting theory is simple. Trends dominate in sports, and you will win in the long run by following the dominant trend. You will lose in the long run if you buck the dominant trend. Simple enough. That's trendbetting.com.
When you need a good roof over your head, call Seal Roofing. They've been keeping folks warm and dry for many years now and are proud of their work. Seal Roofing and Contracting does it all, whether you need simple repairs before the next big rainy season or a whole new roof. Maybe you need new siding or windows. You can be certain that when you hire Seal Roofing, you're hiring the best. Available 7 days a week with 24-hour emergency service and free estimates. Call 215-533-4066. That's 215-533-4066 or visit sealroofing.net.
Hey, yo, Cassie, what are you doing?
I got plumbing problems here. I can't get the water to go down the drain. What am I going to do?
Call Guaranteed Plumbing, 215-342-7200 for all your plumbing needs. Serving the Philadelphia area and the greater Delaware Valley.
What was that phone number again?
215-342-7200.
Oh, yeah, oh.
Need to change your insurance carrier? Are you looking for a better rate? Call Stefano Terra, your farmer's insurance agency, at 215-987-3734. Or stop in his Northeast Philadelphia location at 1120 Common Avenue. Get some great quotes on life, auto, home, and business insurance. Call Stefano Terra, your farmer's insurance agency. Again, that's 215-987-3734.
Yeah. Sports Goombahs. Cash the King here. Got my chef to the left, Brendan B. We're rocking the 515 studios here in Bucks County, PA. Give us a call, 627. 627?
627.
Hey, relax, man. I get it right one time. I've been doing pretty good with the phone number.
215.
No, it's not.
No,
It's not.
267.
Come on, guys.
You don't even know the number.
267-563-2893.
Booyah. www.sgshow.net, powered by thesportsgoombahs.com. Check out our site every day, posting something, stories, all kinds of stuff going on that crazy site. All right, hey, you know what? I feel it in my blood. I feel it coming out, and it's
What is it?
Electrician? Thinking about home security system? How about even surveillance cameras? And updating your firearm with a
I think it's the
must-have.
one.
It's called Beacon Systems.
Sounds a lot like it.
Electrical
It's everything but. It's going to be everything but the wall report.
I got Mike all excited. We're coming early with the wall report, but I think we should because you know what? It's been a non-beefy week in sports, except for the stuff we talked about already.
Yeah.
Let's see what he's got.
No,
there it is.
I was going to say, I refuse to come out unless I get my proper entrance.
There it is. Listen to it. Listen to it now. The wall report. Hooah!
Yes.
And that can mean only one thing. It's the Wall Report.
It's everybody's favorite time of the show.
Brought to you today by BZI Group Insurance. You know my man Brian over there. He's the Obamacare guru. Give him a call. 800-431-4834.
This is brought to you by the BZI Group Insurance. You can catch them at 1-800-431-4834. He's a guru, not a guru.
It's your Obamacare guru.
Well, anyway, it is time for the Wall Report. We're going to give you the latest happenings in the week off the field and sometimes on it, but usually things that aren't very important. We start off with this is actually personal for me, and I'm very sad to hear about this. I don't know if you guys are fans or not, but Bill Simmons is out at ESPN over a salary dispute. Are you a Bill Simmons fan?
Yeah, I like Bill Simmons.
I love Bill Simmons. He was
the man over
there. Yeah, they fired him.
Well, how much more money do you want?
Him. No, his contract was up for renewal.
They just didn't renew it.
And but it was up for renewal in like September. So they were working on, and eventually they said, you know what? Yeah, we're just not gonna. We can't meet. But what it is because he's by far their biggest personality they've had, and forever. And they said he was already making upwards of $5 million a year off before this new contract was set to come up. So they couldn't come up with anything, and they also within the next year have Skip Bayless and who's the other boy, Colin Cowherd. Both their contracts are coming up in the next year, and they don't want to, because they don't want to get strong armed into we meet Simmons is now we have to meet these guys. And
I wouldn't give Skip Bayless nothing. I just say you're done. Your contract's up. The hell out of here.
We had to pick out of that litter though.
Yeah, exactly. So of all the three, it's basically said, sorry, Billy, and which it's sad for me. I mean, I don't know if you guys watched the NBA draft, but he was the most entertaining thing about the NFL draft, and sad day. I mean, actually, I've read his columns on ESPN since like. I think it was like in high school.
Yeah, ESPN's on the run right now. They got a lot of competition out there. There's a lot of places guys can go if ESPN is doing it for them.
Who's going to pick them up though?
Well,
NBC is getting
he's mainly a basketball guy though, and NBC doesn't do basketball.
Well, TNT, that kind of thing.
He could go to TNT. That's very viable.
Right.
But then
who owns that? Turner,
yeah.
Time Warner.
Yeah, I'm saying, do you put him on the halftime show with the Shaq and the Barkley? I mean, it's already getting crowded up as it is.
Well, you know what?
Or do you put him as an actual color guy? He never did. He only did.
There's the NBA Network too, which I'm sure they got a bunch of nitwits on that.
They're not matching ESPN money. I don't know what he's going to do.
No, they're matching ESPN money, but it's a job. I mean, if
he's not hurting for money. Let's just start there.
Unless he's stupid. This $5 million is working. He's been there for a while too.
I used to like Colin Cowherd when I used to watch that one show he did with Beetle.
What, the Herd? They call.
I don't get serious and all that.
No, well, listen.
He was on the Sports Nation show.
Yeah, right.
I used to like him then, but everything I've read about him is just he's basically a Skip Bayless Jr. type.
Yeah. He's because he's going the controversial way because that's what he thinks gets him his ratings now.
Yeah.
There's so many guys out there doing what we do or this kind of format, not like ours, but in general, there's so many shows out there, and let's face it, when you're talking sports, you're spewing the same crap everybody else is because that's the stories. It's not like you do. There's journalism involved. I mean, you could talk about the ESPN Between the Lines or the 30 for 30, that kind of stuff, stories and that kind of thing. There's only so many you can do. But when it comes to what we do here,
it's mostly opinions.
And also it's who can talk about the story the best, or who can create the best reads.
And they think
list.
Taking that route of being like
right. If you go with the Stephen
A.
A. crap or what's it called? What do they call that show in the morning now? It's called First Take. First Take. What, it was Cold Pizza once, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Back in the day. What did they think if you changed it?
It was a segment on Cold Pizza.
Yeah, right.
Called First and 10.
Yeah, First and 10. Yeah. So I mean that show. I mean, I watched that one because I don't like it sometimes. I just want to hear what they're spewing about. And
spoofing.
Yeah. That's spewing. That's spewing with sweat. Spewing.
Oh, okay.
Look it up. It's in there.
I won't. But I mean, it's one thing we could all sit here and talk about what we do, and this is fine. But if we all sat around and you called him a racist, and you said he raped somebody, and I say he's gay, then yeah, we'll probably get millions of views, but we'll be liars and bad people,
right?
Kind of like they are. But
that's what makes it when you have this much media or the amount of channels they have out there.
If you don't have controversy, you ain't doing it right.
That's right. That's what they say.
No press is bad press.
No, there's nothing is bad press. Yeah. Well, you know what? You say that now, but just look. It's starting to go the other way on that. You know,
people getting fired. And apparently they're saying, it's not. I mean, obviously it was the contract, but he's always had a tumultuous relationship. He's criticized Goodell openly, and NFL and Goodell are, ESPN and NFL. It's
bedfellows.
Yeah, you can't say anything negative about it. He always, especially now with Tom Brady. He's a New England guy. Yeah, he was dead. He was drawn dead there. Sad to hear that.
I'm curious to see if ESPN. I haven't watched any ESPN's take on all this Brady stuff. I really haven't. I had a chance to.
Well, it just happened before we.
Yeah, but I'm just wondering if they're really, blowing it away like they can see that they're in the neighborhood.
They are. Brewski's probably on speed dial right now, and Harrison, and they're probably just 24 hours of them, just nonstop. But
Harrison could give us the inside, right?
So could Brewski. That's why I mentioned. Right. That's why I mentioned this.
I think Brewski's company guy now. I don't know if he would.
Anyway, we said before how the heavyweight division's dead in boxing. Not so fast, my friends. 7-foot heavyweight boxer Taishan Dong.
Oh,
I think he's from China.
Taishan Dong.
He improved to 4-0 over the weekend.
He's a gay-roo.
He improved to 4-0 over the weekend. He had a win over I don't know, some no name Jamal something. I don't know.
That's what the heavyweights need. A 7-footer. That's what they're missing in.
He signed a Golden Boy, so it's not like he's just fighting in bars.
Really?
Yes. His last fight was at Minute Maid Park in Houston. So yeah, he signed a Golden Boy. Who else is Golden Boy signing? They're promoting him as the Yao Ming of boxing. I can't imagine it's very good. I did not see a clip. I will say that. I will preface this.
You punch down? Is it like that?
Well, obviously, yeah, you got to punch down, but
the uppercut hits him in the forehead. I mean, come on.
I can't imagine being very coordinated. He doesn't look like an athlete, that's for sure. I looked at a picture, but look him up. Taishan Dong on your computer doesn't work.
Hit that thing, bro. Hey, throw it against the wall. I'm sure they work after a little slam,
Come on.
It's not an NFL wife. Come on.
We'll get to that later, actually. Jaguars first round. They can't catch a break, by the way, the Jaguars. First round pick, 3rd overall, Dante Fowler. Tears his ACL on the first day of minicamp. No pads.
He vows to bounce back, though.
Yeah, next year. But I mean, that team cannot catch a break. The Jaguars. The best athletes are their mascot.
Sell that team. Get it out of that Jacksonville. That's number one.
I don't know if you saw. You had to see the video if you watched anything yesterday or the last 2 days. I know you guys are huge college lacrosse fans, massive lacrosse fans. Albany's goalie, his name is Blaze Reardon. He went coast to coast at the buzzer to score a goal in the first round of NCAA lacrosse tourneys.
The goalie?
The goalie went coast. And I don't know if this happens regularly. I'm not a lacrosse aficionado.
Okay, I was going to say, can lacrosse goalies get out of
it? It's kind of like soccer, I guess, where you can go technically wherever you want. So he goes coast to coast, but it's not just the fact that he did it. If you see this guy, you got to Google this. This he's hefty to say the least. Yeah. Big boy doing juke moves and spins around defenders, and he blasts one past it. It's actually an amazing video.
Is everybody watching him or no?
It was all over ESPN. Yeah,
you can't stop him, right? Physically,
no, you only hope to contain him. Physically, you're supposed to stop him. That's the whole point.
Well, lacrosse.
Yeah, because they're trying to hit him. The whole time they're trying to hit him and get him the ball. I guess it is.
What did you just get pissed off and said?
No, the time was running out. So I don't know the rules. Yeah. Does anybody actually know the rules of lacrosse?
Yeah, put it in the net. That's the rules.
But he's a big boy.
Look. When the Wings first came up, I obviously went to a lot of games because it was box lacrosse. So there was a lot of fighting. And it was,
how that box stood for boxing?
Box
I never heard of that.
I guess.
No, was it?
They say box lacrosse.
Was it for boxing?
I don't know. Well, I don't know.
It was the way the game was put together. Indoor lacrosse was called box
They
lacrosse.
were beating the shit out of each other, so I thought
probably
it was
has nothing
boxing.
to do with boxing.
I don't care. I don't care. It was a lot of fighting.
What's his name?
Blaze Reardon. Just type in Albany lacrosse goal. You'll see it. It's funny because I went to I clicked on his name and I looked at his page, his Albany bio. It lists him at 6 foot 215. He probably has made 215 since he was a sophomore in high school. He's a big boy. Wait to see him, he's chugging downfield. But I don't know the rules. For all I know, that could have happened every game. This could have happened every game. I just don't know this, but
it's Blasito Reardon, something like that. Is that him right there?
No, it's not. I don't know what you're looking at. It's not even a picture. It's just a word.
He just pulled up Russian porn. That's what he did.
The NBA fined Clipper Matt Barnes for directing inappropriate language at a fan. I don't know if you saw. Do you know who the fan was? James Harden's mother is who he's directing it at. And what did he tell her?
Your mother?
I don't know if I can say this on the air, by the way, but he said S-my-D-B. And for those of you who don't know
on Mother's Day?
For those who don't know, he said, "Suck my dick, bitch."
Oh.
Yeah, I know. I don't want to have to say this. He said it to someone's mother, and I believe it was Mother's Day.
On Mother's Day.
He said this to her.
They said he got that recorded.
And he got 50,000. Tom Brady deflates a football. They get $1 million and a 4-game suspension.
I rest my case, man, on this case.
He said that, and they could pick it up. They picked it up on TV. I do apologize for everyone who had to hear that. I didn't want to say it.
You didn't have to, man.
Well, I don't know if everyone asked my
video.
DB.
You're gonna sign language.
I think I figured it out. Yeah.
All right, I do apologize. I mean, I had to get the point across.
Yeah, that's like coming out of Mike's mouth.
James
like
Harden's mother. I know,
right,
exactly.
man.
I don't like saying these kind of words. Second time to curse today. Portland Thunder, for all you AFL fans out there. Portland Thunder cornerback Quincy Butler. He's playing actually in Philadelphia against the Soul. He got like 4 personal fouls on one play. So naturally, he takes his helmet off and he throws it into the stands.
Nice.
And it hits a kid in the face. So yeah, he got ejected. And he actually got cut. He got cut from the team.
You gotta wonder, where's the stupidity come out? Where's the stupidity stop here? There's a human being aspect to this whole thing. You know
like you can see a helmet. It's arena football. They're right there. They're right in front of you. He launched it. He hit a kid in the face. The Cowboys.
You gotta get him on the show.
Cowboys signed. Yeah, he's not doing anything else. Got cut. Cowboys signed former LSU lineman La'el Collins. In case you're wondering, he's not being charged, but he's questioned for double murder.
Oh,
so naturally, the Cowboys signed him. What else is new?
That's Jerry's new game plan.
Give me all the violent offenders. I just want them.
Red flags is a green light to Jerry.
Yeah, you can't win the way he's doing it, so he figures, you know what, we might as well go the other way.
He thinks North Dallas 40 was a documentary.
Yeah. And even better than that, he gave him guaranted money.
He didn't
give him the Tebow deal of you got to prove it to me. No, he's guaranteed for 3 years, undrafted. They said if he hits all his little things, it would be second round money. So that's just Jerry giving out opportunities. Cubs rookie phenomenon. Chris Bryant hit his first career home run of the day.
Yep.
As he crossed home plate, he goes, he's going to the dugout. The entire team was gone. Not the silent treatment where they just.
I saw that.
They left. They left.
Good.
They went to the back. The coaches, everybody, they all went to the back.
He was not focused on it because I saw that. He's coming. You know how you step on the plate, you look down on the plate your first time, and he looks up. And
that's I mean, if you can get the coaches in on it. And the thing is, it's like you're batting, so you have to kind of be there. Like there's other guys that are like on deck and stuff. The on deck guy obviously was there, but nobody else. They're all gone. So I always like those kind of things they do in baseball, with like the silent treatment and like that.
They still keep some
or
traditions.
they do
there.
the fake.
I like that.
Where they'll get the ball from like a first career or something, and they'll have another one like this, and like they'll throw it in the stands. And the guys like, oh no, like they're like, oh no, we stop it. Speaking of rookies, Twins rookie Eddie Rosario made his debut the other day. Very first pitch he ever saw in his career, home run.
Nice.
First pitch.
There you go.
First pitch he ever saw. So I mean, we got to look at his career can only get worse from here.
It's all downhill now, kid.
It's all down here. Every pitch you look at, if you don't hit a home run, you're on the downside of your career. This is a funny one. This isn't funny to anyone but myself. The Cavs played an in-arena video. I don't know if you heard about this before their game against the Bulls. Is depicting domestic violence.
Oh God! Depicting. So they show somebody beating the crap out of somebody.
It was supposed to be like a parody video of something where the guy and the wife are both dancing, but she's cooking dinner, so she's wearing a what are the things called?
Apron.
Apron, yeah. So as soon as he turns around to do something, and she takes the apron off, and she's wearing a Bulls shirt. So she runs to like jump, and he's gonna catch her. So he does catch her, but then he promptly slams her down to the ground as hard as he can, and they cut back to her, and she's got she has an ice pack on her head, and she's like, "Oh, I should have known to not wear this." And I'm like, so there's outrage on the thing, because he picked his girlfriend up and slammed her down to the ground because she's a Bulls fan, and she says, "I should have known better." Like that's just they apologize.
It was my fault.
They apologize, but you play that live. How many people did I have to get through to be able to play in front of 20,000 people in front of a playoff game? And nobody's like, you know what, this could look bad.
This even I know,
especially in this era.
I know that's stupid.
10 years ago, you maybe could have got away with a ha ha ha, but not this era, man. You can't do anything like that. Speaking of beating people, actually, he didn't beat him.
You're segueing really good tonight.
No, he didn't beat him.
Rookie. Speaking of rookies, beating the shit out of people.
20-year-old Pennsylvania man kills his 18-month-old toddler. It's actually not his; it was his girlfriend's kid. imitating the Undertaker's finishing move, the Last Ride.
Are you kidding?
For those who don't know, it's a modified, like,
Power
it's
bomb.
not just a power bomb. He picks you up over your head and then slams. He slammed the kid down. He was on the bed, but he missed the bed.
Oh,
and
God.
just slammed the kid on the ground. I mean, he's arrested. Yeah, of course, he's gonna go to jail for a long time. And, I mean, 18 months, a little. I mean, I wrestled with my nephew.
You can't miss that shot.
But I don't. Yeah, I don't go for moves that drastic. I may give him like a move where I never physically let go of him. I'll pick you up and but I'm still holding you. Like he went for the power bomb. 18 months. And at least my nephew was like 2.5. At least he's like a year and a half. But it's a sad story. Sorry, guys.
Sorry, man. You just bring the show right down. Let's just end the show right
Sorry,
now.
man.
I'm disgusted. Forget about it. You know what? Time for a flag on that one. No good.
No, man.
Just throwing
That's
that
a
kind
flag.
of
That's not a flag.
You're
I had to incorporate some wrestling on here.
that's a corporate wrestling.
Yeah, unfortunately. When we talk about the latest match last night, nobody cared about that. They want to hear about
Even Vince McMahon
murdering
wouldn't sanction that.
So a New York family discovered that a baseball bat they've kept at their front door for protection for 30 years. I don't know where you're living or you need a baseball bat by the front door for protection, but they just discovered it's a game used Lou Gehrig bat. They just got that
How
certified.
do they know that?
It said like on like the wherever it would be like authenticized it was there, and somebody noticed it. They took it to a place. They verified, yes, this was a game used bat from some year. I don't remember. I didn't look up it up. But then now it's going to auctions. The starting bid to $20,000. And they had this sitting by the front door for 30 years.
$20,000
for game used Lou Gehrig bat.
There you go.
LeBron, he's been on a self-imposed social media ban. He said he's focusing on the playoffs and playoffs only. He's not tweeting, not Instagramming, not anything.
As well as you should be.
Well, it didn't last too long because he did. He tried to see. Here's the thing about Instagram, and you're our Instagram head here. Any picture you like, people can see that you liked it.
Yeah,
right.
So LeBron thought he was being sneaky. Just saw something he had to like. It was a picture of a girl's rear end on the @PerfectBooties Instagram page, and he got caught. LeBron got caught liking booties on Instagram.
And why not, man? Why can't he? Because he's a ball player.
It's not that he can't do it, but he made a big scene about how it's a self-imposed ban. I'm not going to be on social media unless I see a nice fat booty. Then I'm going to give it a like. But he's not hiding from me. He didn't say it wasn't me or anything. At least he didn't pull a Tom Brady and say, "Oh, I had no knowledge of this. I didn't like this." But anyway, class action lawsuit. I got our boxing fixing again. Yeah, class action lawsuit against Manny Pacquiao and his promoters. Fans, I guess, are pissed off he didn't disclose his shoulder injury. Now they're saying in an actual legal document that he screwed fans, pay-per-view buyers, and gamblers, and they want $5 million out of him because he didn't put on a good show.
I was talking to a couple of people about that, and I say to myself, okay, you paid a lot of money to see the show. You pay a lot of money to see a football game. You pay to see basketball, hockey, all kinds of sports. All kinds of, sports entertainment, and you go to see it, and you lose, and you don't make a big deal because you think that a fight like this can get you some kind of reward if you put up a case. If you get a case,
you can't possibly get a penny.
No. Well, it's not the penny, but you can.
You know why?
But you can get notoriety trying to make a case, and that's about it. But the thing is that it just goes to show that. Just because, and it's why the NFL puts out their injury report, okay? And it's why baseball is supposed to tell you who's on the DL and who's not. Yep. I don't think the NHL has to do it. I never heard the NHL get put out. I don't know if they do or they don't.
There's an injury list.
But goalies get changed at the beginning of the game. It's like, pitchers the same thing.
You don't even have to announce until like half an hour. I know game time scratch.
Scratches are big in hockey and stuff. I don't know what basketball is. I never really explored what basketball was as far as their injury list. And the NFL that's the biggest bet there is out there. Boxing too. I mean, you can't. Pacquiao, was he hurt? Boy, he sure looked like he wasn't fighting like he gave a shit. Too much smiling, too much everything. It's like even when he was standing in there when they were given the rules. Pacquiao couldn't even look Mayweather in the eye, and he kept smiling, looking past him, and like shaking his head and smiling. It's like he thought this is such a joke, this whole thing, that I'm getting paid for this action. And look what I'm doing. I got to dance around for 12 rounds. No one's going to sue him.
You can't, and you can't give in to that because once you do, you open the floodgates.
Yeah.
It'll transfer over to
every
football,
time,
every other sport. I don't like what I got. I don't like what.
But
I
how many
saw,
times
so.
do you hear about that in any sport where it's like after the game or after something, you hear a story about so and so had a shoulder injury during the game.
Right.
Like you don't go, oh, I'm gonna sue you for that.
Oh no!
I paid my hard-earned money to watch that game.
Oh no! You should be betting sports first of all, depending on where you're at.
Well, it's Vegas.
Yeah, that's Vegas, but outside it's still illegal to bet. Sports. No, it's not illegal to bet. It's illegal to bet with somebody. I don't know what the rule is. I don't even know what the rule is in sports gambling anymore. It's so subjective to where you're standing at the time you make your bet.
Third party doesn't make. You can make a bet with anybody.
Yeah.
As long as the third party doesn't have any standing, makes a profit.
Well, let me ask you about this. If that's the case on these FanDuels and these one day fantasy leagues, who's making? Where's the third party? There's the third party in this thing. If I'm playing against two different people. I can play head to head with somebody, but a piece of that action goes to FanDuel. So there's your third person earning.
I don't know how it works because I think
there's a reason why
incredibly idiotic.
Well, it's profitable if you do it right. I mean, I've tried it, and I didn't stay.
Yeah, but apparently there's algorithms on who to pick and stuff like that.
Yeah,
that's stupid.
It's for a little bit of money you can have yourself have some fun that night if you don't really care. You bet $10 or whatever, and you play another guy, and you just see and you win $20 or whatever. It's just the fact that you got something to do while you're watching that game, but.
But there's some people who swear by it, and that's the only way. That's the only form of fantasy sports.
I don't see how it's not gambling.
Well,
you're betting on players.
Yeah, but same thing with fantasy football. Fantasy football's not,
isn't it?
It's not gambling.
It's not.
No, I don't find it to be gambling.
No, okay, you don't win money for performance.
You know
players.
why? And I don't know because
it's not gambling.
You're mixed
what the hell
matching.
is it, man?
It's an activity. It's something. It's a game. It's an activity too.
Is it because you're not focusing I'm not saying that the Saints are going to win or this. I'm mixing up a group of players. I don't know.
Okay, so I'm not betting on the Raiders, but I'm betting on their quarterback because I'm in a fantasy league.
But you're using points from a whole bunch of people to whatever.
I consider it more of a game.
It's more complicated. It's a game. I see it more as a
understand
game.
the game, but the game has a monetary value based on the outcome of the football game. So any way, shape, or form, it's gambling on the sporting event.
The way I look at it is you're paying to play a game.
Well, when I go in, okay.
So is the NFL
that could be done as a service fee?
Is the NFL gambling because if you win a Super Bowl, you get paid.
Now the only reason it's legal. And I'll tell you why, Sarigan. It's the way the world runs. It's because it's taxed. The income is taxed. As long as it's taxed, the government doesn't care. It's not gambling because they're getting their piece, right?
I don't know the rules behind this.
Well, that's what I'm saying. I can't understand. I can't figure out what was the difference between a guy wagering on an NFL football game, betting on a football game, or betting on the players in that game. Because when you lay down for a one-day gambling, if you're laying down $200 on a group of guys who have to earn that day based on who get points based on.
I feel like going to a website or going to a bookie and saying, "Give me this, I'm betting this to win." This team's gonna win is a little different than 10 friends in a room. Everybody throws up their $1,500, whatever it is. You draft players, and then 6 months from now, there's a winner. I think it's more of a. I consider it more of a game.
Well, that guy who wins $10,000. Because you guys all grouped in $1,000 each.
I don't know what league.
I'm saying there are leagues like that. So when he wins that 10 G's, he got to see because he had to fill out a form that's income.
Technically, yes.
Okay, so there's the fine line.
But it's all cash, so you're never going to see it.
Well, it's not all cash. If these FanDuels, you don't.
Oh, on FanDuel, we were talking about that one.
I'm talking FanDuel. There's a bunch of other ones out there too. That's the one.
DraftKings.
I think I'm in the DraftKings. I tried that I think I got money still sitting in DraftKings. To tell you the truth, I just got bored of it. I just like being around.
Go Bloods. Take Johnny Manziel 10 times.
I bet the Kansas City Royals 10 times. Not tonight though. Although there's an inning or two left in that game, I still don't think there's a chance. Although I don't know, I never give up on the Royals.
I'll give up. Anyway, this is something you guys have to see to actually appreciate. It's a funny one here. A husband and wife got married, so they had a cake, and he's from Alabama. He went to the University of Alabama. She went to the University of Florida. He got the cake, and you gotta see this cake. It's the most ridiculous thing you'll ever see. It's a University of Alabama cake with a big elephant, and Nick Saban riding an elephant, holding the championship. That's so she when she got wind, this is what he was going to get for the cake. She went to the baker's and had all the inside, like the whatever it's called, the cake part was all Florida blue and orange. So when he cut the cake, he didn't know that. He opens up and it's all Florida. And he does a great picture of his reaction when he goes like, oh. But I think just the picture alone, which you guys need to see, and you should probably put on the Facebook page of Nick Saban riding an elephant holding the national title is worth the price of admission alone. That's a.
How big was the cake?
It's a pretty sizable cake. I mean, the elephant's like this big, and Nick Saban looks completely ridiculous. Chris Christie, which I know he's your best friend.
They nailed him again, did they? For something? Did he spend some money on the Giant games?
Yeah. He went to
bought a lot of food.
He during the years of 2010, 2011. Keep in mind, he's also not a Giant or Jets fan. He's a diehard Cowboys fan through and through.
I gotta get a Christie bobblehead doll. I gotta have it. You know, it's like gotta be on the. It just I can. You know what I mean? How cool would a Christie bobblehead doll just twitching around all the time?
So
twitching around.
You know,
so cool. It wouldn't be about. It would just be. It would be like this big.
Yeah.
Round.
You know what do we start doing? We're gonna start. I gotta get the Don off there. That bobblehead and start putting on our Patriots, the people we beef on the most. Start getting their bobbleheads. Just rank them up there on the list. Here, you know?
It would take up the entire wall.
Well, we'll start collecting. Like, you know,
but Chris Christie, in
the
span of 2 years, just at a stadium, spent $82,594 on concessions.
What, hot dogs and shit?
I guess so. I mean,
well, if you think about $15 a beer, that ain't too far fetched. You know what I mean? The stadium prices.
The worst part is he's not spending it out of pocket. This is all taxpayer money.
Sure, why would he spend the money? He's the governor.
As governor, Christie is entitled to $95,000 a year of yearly allowance for expenses, which does not include his $175,000 of actual salary. So yeah, he's been of his that money.
So if you take a job that gives you $90,000 in perks, you're not going to use it. I understand.
You're not going to use it on $82,000 worth of concessions at football games. You fat man.
Well, okay,
well, maybe I should buy a drink or two for some people.
Yeah, maybe if you're.
I know your computer has no internet, but pull up a calculator. I hope it has a calculator and see how many $15 beers $82,500.
What if he's buying for Section 21?
Well, he shouldn't be doing that. he's buying votes. Yeah, great. Exactly I hate that. Fat garbage.
I can't believe they didn't get him from Bridgegate.
And finally, John Daly. I don't know if you're a fan or not. I mean, I used to work in the bar business before here, and we had celebrity bartenders. You had to get them. You basically have a set bartender who's talented, and then you have a celebrity who brings the crowd in. So John Daly was celebrity bartending at a Chicago White Sox game in one of the restaurants.
I can see where this is.
He got whacked.
That's it. It's not going anywhere. But the fact that my story is the fact that he did it. My question is he the best guy to have around alcohol, serving the alcohol?
That's what I'm saying.
Who had a very storied history with troubles with alcohol.
I think he's on the wagon, or he drives the wagon, or something like that. You know, he's not there. He
has a ship.
He has a ship.
He drives the Budweiser wagon, if it's any wagon.
Has he played golf in a while, man? Has he been in the?
I'm sure he plays once in a while.
He's got to be well over 50 now, right?
Was one of the big strikers 20 years ago.
Back in the 80s.
He was the original big striker.
He's actually 49, so you're close to I thought you were. Again, here's another guy. John Daly is listed at 215 pounds, in case you're wondering.
No way.
That's not a lot. That's skinny for him. 215?
That's the point I'm trying to make. Is they list these guys at like their rookie weights, and they never move.
28.
I'm 228.
I'm a deuce now, man. I'm losing. I'm shriveling away to nothing over here. Look at me, man. I'm a lean green fighting machine.
Found that he's sitting on the other 20.
You want to scale me right now?
He wore a White Sox jersey too, by the way, and his number was 91/95. Which, if you're a golf fan, you'd know. Of the 2 years he won majors. Yeah. You'll probably find that jersey on eBay in the week.
Daly, he's passe, man.
So that's what we got for you this week.
That's the wall report.
It was a 20-minute wall report.
It's not big. Ate up a lot of time on a dead week. Man.
Ate up a week. I'm glad I ate up a lot of your time here.
You're a time eater, man. Not bad at all. Anything to add to that, B?
Nope. Nothing.
I'm still waiting on the calculations of how many $15 beers that was.
Yeah, well. Now, the wall report. Yeah. And it's brought to you by who? Mike?
Brought to you by BZI Group Insurance. That's 1-800-431-4834. Call our man Brian. He's the guru.
The guru what? The
Obamacare.
The gay rule. You got to finish that sentence.
Oh, I'm sorry.
This dude's going to call me tomorrow and he's cut off his advertising.
That's your fault. You botched it once.
I botched it once. You got to repeat it?
Yeah. He's the guru.
That's
Obamacare.
roughly almost $7,000 a game.
Nice. 7,000. Wow, that's nothing for the
And if the beers are $15, which they're not, because beers are never $15. That's
400 beers. 444 beers.
Yeah. Yeah, he's doing that in 4 hours.
I'm not saying it was just him.
When we were last year, just to go to a subject, we last week. Houston was what, won 5 games in a row, 7 in a row, or something. They go good.
They won a lot in a row.
We talked about them, and
7 out of 8.
I didn't check in on them. Let me check on them.
They check them. They won 1 out of the last 5, and not even that. They're getting destroyed left and right.
We mushed the shit out of them.
We mushed them up, man. I've been following.
Well, if you notice, we haven't heard a word from our friends up north about their vaunted Mets.
Yeah, Jeff Brandon doesn't call in no more, man. He's distraught. Not even the kids or nothing calling in.
Sorry, Cashy, the Mets suck.
Yeah, although we won him and I together won him yesterday in the Phillies game, so we tallied up that for a little bit.
You both got what you wanted there.
Also, latest news: the Phillies are officially in last place in baseball.
They're mathematically out of it yet?
No, not yet.
They're fundamentally out of it instead.
But I'm trying to find Houston here. Houston's still in first. They're 5-5 in the last 10.
Good for them.
Still in first place though.
Yep. Well,
they're taking the old Jeff Brandy's route.
Yeah.
They stay 500 the rest of the year. That'd be great.
I feel bad for those Mets, man. They're going down quickly. And kind of knew what was going to happen with them, right?
Mets are. Well, let's be honest. The Mets are.
They got a good pitching staff, man. I mean, and I watch Bartolo Colon.
Mets are still third.
Bartolo Colon, man. I watch him play, and I'm telling you, he's amazing. The way he controls. He reminds you of Jamie
Moyer.
Jamie Moyer, a little bit. The way he controls, he goes fast. Well, actually, Moyer never had the speed ball like Colon does, but he did. Well, he's throwing 90 mile an hour. Then he's throwing like 83, and he's going back and forth and he just
mix up his
it's
speeds.
Real good. And it's nonchalant the way he does. Even when he comes to when he bats, it's like it's a scene when he's out there.
He's got good arm appearance. It sounds funny to say that. It's like you need to keep the ball looking the same whenever you throw. If everybody's lunging forward, you know a fastball's coming. The trick is to hide it.
I was listening to Mike Schmidt talk about him. And, and it's funny how, the art of controlling the ball is gone from pitching. Everybody just throws hard as they can, and you really don't have to do that. Baseball isn't made about hard pitching. And I find out that the hard pitchers are going down so much faster.
I actually saw a video the other day. It was Jared Parker. He's a good young pitcher for the A's. He had a rehab start. And I don't know if it's because he throws so hard or what it was, but he broke his elbow throwing a pitch. Mm-hmm. You can see it.
Dave Trevecki did that time.
It's a nasty video because you see the ball shoots way right high.
You see his arm flopping.
Not so much that because he immediately goes to the ground, screams in pain. So you break your. I can see
that's a calcium problem.
Who was the guy that broke his forearm?
Dave Trevecki.
Yeah,
he did it for the Giants.
I remember hearing about
that.
And it was just like
I saw that. I was watching.
I remember seeing a video accidentally, and it was disgusting.
Yep.
I don't do good with broken bones.
And he actually came back, but it didn't last very long. That's credible. That happens. That just shows you the arm isn't made to throw pitches.
No.
Well, it's not made to throw certain pitches.
Well, here's the thing.
It's not made to throw that motion.
Hard.
That motion and that hard is not natural.
Here's the thing, and that's why Strasburg went down fast. And if you go back to the old pitchers, I mean, there were some out there. Even with Steve Carlton days, he had control of the ball. He could throw a slider in there and didn't have to have it super fast. It just knew where to put it. They painted the plate, inside, outside. Now it seems like these guys that come up there, they just try to blow it by everybody. That's the machoism of your pitcher. I mean, dude, do you see many control people? Oh,
this is going to be Jeff breaking on my point. No,
that's going to be our man Big D. Welcome to the Sports Goombahs.
What's up, guys? It's Dante. How are you?
Yeah, you catching us under the wire. Go ahead. What's going on, Dante?
I'm just wondering. I want to ask you guys a question with the whole Phillies, bullshit. How long do you think, like, Sandberg is basically going to be the manager? Do you think that they're going to keep him for a while? Do you think
Like, what do you think are like his way of him being a manager? Do you think any way it is his fault, or if he just doesn't have anybody that's basically playing baseball right now?
At both. I watched him last year make mistakes left and right. I think he's too overprotective of his pitchers. That's the one thing I don't like about him. He has no patience for his pitcher and doesn't let his pitchers pitch out of trouble. As far as talent's concerned, this is not there. I mean, he's got old talent. He's got has-beens on this team, and he's got to teach new players. I don't know if he's a teaching type of a coach or manager. I don't know. He hasn't shown me anything really.
Now, would you hire an all-star coach to come in and coach this crap?
No, here's the way I look at it.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't either. I just don't. It just seems like there's no emotion.
Yeah,
it
nothing.
Seems like he doesn't do anything to hype the team up, to make them play better, to do anything.
He's not
as much as I didn't like Charlie Manuel, at least he would come out and argue an umpire, get thrown out of the game. Try and do something to hype some people up, change some things around. As much as I said, guys, I don't like him. At least he did something like that. Brian Zimmer, I don't even see him throughout the game. I mean, he sends out guys to basically do his job. It's almost like he's sitting back taking a nap the whole fucking.
Yeah.
Now,
I don't disagree with you. I don't know if he wants to be there.
The way I see it is, I mean, at first I loved it because I like the fact you bring a former player, whether he didn't play long, but it's just a former player in general. But I don't think they're going to get rid of him for the sole purpose. I think it's like a Brett Brown type situation where what else are you going to do? Like, it's not Brett Brown's fault. It's not Sandberg's fault. They're just bad teams. So I don't think they're going to waste their money by firing him and bring somebody else in to do a job
because
not
in 2 years you're still not going to have the talent to support unexperienced. Well, so now you're even grooming your coach at the same time as you're grooming your players because there's nothing in we know this. There's nothing in the farm.
It's hard to judge somebody off of when you give them nothing.
Yeah, if I give you dog shit and tell you to build a castle, it's still going to be dog shit.
Where'd you get this stuff from?
Right? Same freaking thing.
I don't know about that, B.
It's a dog shit castle. That's all it is. That's the Philadelphia Phillies right there.
I can't top that, man. You know what? You gotta wait out the season. I don't know what to tell anybody about this stuff anymore. I mean,
it's just kind of let's just check back in next year.
It be what it be, man. And there's no getting around it. You go out to the game, enjoy yourself, eat some of those top choice hot dogs that they're serving out there, and you go with that.
Do you start sitting these guys? Do you start bringing out people from AAA and just?
I'm afraid of what they have down there in AAA might be worse.
No, it won't be worse. It just won't be.
Thing.
It won't be as boring.
Right. It's probably a money thing too. We know that.
It's 100% of money. That's the one thing that sucks about baseball. It's not about talent, it's about money. It's you don't want to start their free agent clock yet to do nothing, to just sit around and lose 100 games.
Let me see Don Brown back in left. Anytime soon.
Don Brown, he's got to get out of the AAA first before he can get back on this team. He's a cancer on the team. He's fugazi.
He's not a cancer.
What is
negative?
Know what happened? He came up. He had that good half a year, and it got to his head. He was never right after that All-Star game. Because he couldn't handle the claim of fame. He couldn't handle it. Being the guy. It was too much for him, and it was obvious what happened to him after that All-Star game. After he had 23 home runs in the first half, he went down the drain, and he hasn't been out of the drain since.
Oh, also too. People figured out how to pitch him.
And
he wasn't smart enough. He's not a good enough, smart enough baseball player to adjust this because with that goofy swing he has.
Get that bat down. The bat's so far up in the air.
Exactly.
It's ridiculous. That in baseball, in Major League Baseball, you gotta be a stupid pitcher not to get this guy out at this point. Knowing what you know about him.
It's like this when you throw to Ryan Howard. Hey, I'll give you a pop quiz. What pitch do you throw to Ryan Howard?
Right. That's it.
I know. You know. Everybody knows.
This is the best in the business here, man. This is not guys who don't know what they're doing. Exactly. They made it this far because they know, especially the guys on that mound. They're no jokes. They got there.
Yeah, if you're a good catcher, you do your homework and you call a good game, and that's
exactly it. Exactly right. What else, Dan? Anything else bother you that I can help you with?
No. I'm good. I just wanted to call up and just see about that because it's been really frustrating, man. It's like, what else possibly could you do? I mean, I know obviously, like I heard Mikey Wall say they're last in baseball right now, right?
Oh yeah. Bring up the rear.
And
Hey, we may get a first overall pick for once, though.
even think that would ever be possible anytime around now is unbelievable to think that. I know that obviously they're not a good team and they're not winning games, but to hear that the Phillies are back in the bottom again, it's just from what they were to how they built back up and now fall back like that.
It took 10 years to build it and took 2-3 years to destroy it.
Yeah, it didn't have to go down as fast as it did, but this is the ebb and flow of sports. There's, like we always talk about, there's only a handful of teams in any of the leagues that maintain themselves at the top of the line. And they've done it throughout our history. You know, we can go down the list. It's a short list and it's a simple list. It's the 10, 15-year list. Same teams are up there. And then you can look at them all. They're sitting there right in front of you. In baseball, the St. Louis Cardinals, always contending, always up there. You can go, and another baseball team is who?
Giants.
The San Francisco Giants. They had a little dive there for a while.
They had a dive, but they came back up.
Yeah, but they're not. That's not the definition of is St. Louis.
Yankees.
When the Yankees had their run, but I'm talking in the last 10 or 15 years when baseball and football and the free agency and the way the money is right now, teams have been able to maintain themselves. And you look at St. Louis and you look at we always talk about San Antonio and the New England Patriots, whether they're cheating or whatever the hell, who cares? Whatever they're doing it and they're getting it done.
Chicago Blackhawks.
But Detroit's another team that does it. Blackhawks have just been in the past 6 years. They've been climbing. I'm talking about dynasties, 10, 15 years. Blackhawks were shit in the 90s, the early 2000s. They didn't do nothing. But these other teams are talking about St. Louis, San Antonio, and I say St. Louis because they won their amount of titles. They come back and forth. The Yankees were like that in the 90s. The Phillies had their run. They had the typical run of a team that grows. They had their 7-year run. They had 3 years to build it, 4 years to be in it, and then they had the next 4 years to drop out of it. And that's the ebb and flow of a major league team that wins it once in a while. If you look at it that way, that's the way it goes. Dante, we got to go. Appreciate the call. Check us out next week. You have a good one. All right, my man?
Thank you guys so much.
You got it.
City Bombers 0-8 like you all.
We lost again. We lost again.
0-8. We lost 15 to 13. It was close one though. 0-8.
Maybe we're gonna do a remote for one of those games.
Next week, the Tour Bowl. Both teams have throw-ins.
There we go.
Sounds like you need.
Let's go.
You need Brendan and the King to come out of retirement here.
Oh,
You guys out, man. All right, my man. You take care.
All right.
All right. Cash the King. I got my chef to the left, Brendan B. Mikey the Wall over to the right. This is the Sports Goombahs. We thank you for joining us. Thanks for our sponsors, and we will going to probably see you next week. Take care.
Probably.
You never know.